Ah, man. Yo. What the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living? Tell them guard up, man. Tell them guard up. You know I played pickup this weekend? It was crazy. I played pickup this weekend for the first time in a long time. And man, it was scary hours out there, chat. It was fucking scary hours, man. I really can stroke that thing, man. I really can stroke it. Okay, I really got a chopper, man. I really got a chopper on me, man. Yo. What the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? How are you all living? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. All right, look. I don't got my shirt tucked. Actually, let me just hold on. Give me 5 seconds. I want to show y'all the fit. I really put it on today. Hold on. I really put it on today. Man. Hold on. I got the thing untucked. I really put it on today, man. Yes, sir. I really put it on today, man. Welcome back to the stream. It is so good to see so many beautiful faces with me here in the stream. I'm going to keep it a buck. My computer is skipping right now. It is skipping around. It's slow. It's buggy. I don't really know what's going on. Luke Jones. Yeah, Luke, that brother's on thin ice, man. That brother is on thin ice. That brother is in the middle of a lake and in Antarctica. It's the first day of spring. The sun is shining for market open, and it's starting to see cracks. It's spider webbing all over the place, man. But look, it's so good to see so many beautiful faces. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. It is probably my last stream of the next 10 days, if I'm being honest. It is probably the last stream for the next 10 days. It's possible, with enough buy-in, that we could do a stream tomorrow. It is possible. If there was enough buy-in and excitement about a potential stream, it is possible that we could do market open tomorrow. But I'm going to just be honest with you, man. I got handlers. I got obligations. I got people to attend to, places to be, people to meet, things to see. So I don't really know if it's going to happen tomorrow. Are you going on a bender? No, I'm going to hang out with my fucking family, man. I mean, that's my version of a bender. Hanging out with the fam, kicking it. That's a bender to me. Okay? To me personally, that's a bender to me. But there will be some drinks thrown back, but it isn't exactly a party ripping crowd. Okay. Look, we have a lot to talk about today. It's actually kind of a crazy day today because on one hand of the equation, should go on the date the other night. No, Malcolm took my res. Me and Malcolm went to dinner, and Rasmer, Rich. Top on-chain trader, and Malcolm, low key, top on-chain traders. Three of the top on-chain traders actually went to a dinner last night. 3 of the top on-chain traders. 2 of them hold Mars coin. 1 of them holds FWA. And so we did go to the reservation was used. But not by my date. But okay, look, it's a crazy day today for a plethora of reasons. First and foremost, Leopold Aschenbrenner is like blown up. Which is like what? Man, I woke up this morning and I'm going through the stream doc because I go to bed really early. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. And I wake up and I'm going through the stream doc and it's like situational awareness to raise cat. And I'm like, wait. What? Back the fuck up. What do you mean situational awareness to raise cash? And I'm reading it, and yeah, Leopold Aschenbrenner was taken out back behind the shed, and I don't entirely know what. I didn't get to go through a lot of it because I was waiting for stream. So, I mean, it's funny. Like, we were talking about it. I'm like, man, every Leopold stock is getting absolutely destroyed right now. What the fuck is going on? And so, there's that. At the same time, we have South Korea is like, TG, you go to bed at 9. I go to bed at 9:30, 10. And I wake up at like 6. I wake up at 6:28, first alarm. So at the same time, we have South Korea stepping in to like save the stock market. That was at, up 2,000% at an all-time highs like 4 days ago. And then at the same time as that, we have what feels to me like the earliest stages of the animal spirits waking up under the surface in cryptocurrency, and maybe one of the best setups I think we've had in a long time. Yeah. You have Bitcoin, looks good. You have pump fund fees up only. You have a BNB coin at 40 mil and holding. And you have this like Uniswap V4 DeFi summer early inclinations type of setup, I think. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's like, oh, it makes me, I could cry, man. I love onchain. I love onchain. Like, I like stocks. I like a good earnings call. I like a good FOMC meeting. Look, I like a Kevin Warsh meeting as much as the next guy. I like meta earnings as much as the next guy. I like thinking about EPS and free cash flows as much as the fucking next guy. Okay? I like thinking about rate cuts. As much as the next guy thinks about rate cuts, I think about rate cuts. As much as the next guy thinks about IBM making a new all-time high for the first time since the year 2000, I think about IBM making a new all-time high since the year 2000. As much as the next guy thinks about AMC ticket sales, I think about AMC ticket sales. Okay? But man, there is nothing quite like on-chain cryptocurrency being hot with a new narrative, okay? Because where else can Rasmer put $19,000 into an on-chain coin and wake up 4 days later on things worth $175,000? Even with SanDisk going up to 1,000% in a year, you can't do that. And so the bottleneck bros are going to take all the money they made gambling on AI bottlenecks, and they're going to try to play our game. They're going to come over to meme coins, Serenity, Bubble Boy, Leopold Aschenbrenner. They're going to try to play our game, and that's when we take it all. At some point in the cycle, the bottleneck bros are going to come over. That's when we take it all, baby. Look, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. What's good, Ansem? What's good? What's good, Frank? I'm pretty fired up about this V4 thing. I don't know what it is. I'm just closing my eyes and buying the coins. I'm trying to get Nico to come on because that's my fucking goat. Works at Uniswap. I was gonna get Adam to come on, but he's on a plane right now. You know how I feel about the FWA coin. So we'll see. If anyone's really sharp on the V4 stuff and they want to come on, let me know. Ideally, it's someone from fucking Uniswap. We have motion like that, but it seems like he's asleep. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll get him on when we can get him on. And let's start with a little roll call, baby. BLK Noise 06. What's good, Frank? What's good? Mac D-God's the on-chain legend? Frank D-God's the on-chain legend? Screwy Louie? Darren Sharper, the hardest hitting safety in the league. Lefty Trading, the FWA Whale. The Flying Falcon, the Fluge. What's good? Tulip King, the Eli Lilly Bull. Rectal Pocket. Rectal Glizzy. What's good? Phil, what's good? Quanting, what's good? Kenyon. What is good? Zabu, what is good? OX Huck, what is good? George from Now 69, what's good? Swindler, what's good? Papoose, what's good? Cursors, what is good? Charlie, what is good? Florit, what is good? How are we? Pipe Bomb 33. Wow, we got Pipe Bomb back. We got Daily Jerker too, or just Pipe Bomb? We got Daily Jerker 2 or just Pipe Bomb. All right, intro stuff today. I just want to watch one video really quick. By the way, I longed Uniswap. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm long fucking 2026. I have a long open on Uniswap. I just want to set the tone to establish where we are right now from the perspective of the animal spirits washing over my body. I want to just like start and just let it loose. I want to say something controversial at the beginning, and then we could just break the ice. I'm long Uniswap in 2026. I just want to break the ice. Let's just like start there. Let's just set the tone and let's just start there. Okay, let's just start there. And then everything we do for the rest of the stream, for the rest of the week, we can come back with that as our home base. That I clicked along on Uniswap. That can be our home base, and we can work out of that. We can work out of that. Okay, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work out of that. We're gonna work out of that because this thing looks fucking diabolical, man. That we can start here, okay? We'll start with that in mind, and everything we do will be off of that. If you were curious, by the way, this wick is February 2026. We'll start there. Okay, Ansem says TA matters, so I'll put one of these boys right there. We'll start here, and we'll go from that. I want to play an intro thing really quick for you, and then we're going to get to Leopold Ashenbutter, and we're going to get to on-chain. I don't even give a fuck about stock market open. We have to cover it, obviously. I just watched one of the craziest AI videos I've ever watched in my entire life, and let's watch this. Really quick, 50 seconds.
Podcasts are going to replace human ones. Calling it now.
Hard disagree. People listen for people. The voice, the laugh, the hot takes.
Right. But what if AI was the person? Not generic AI slop, trained to look like
Explains why my hair finally
You can hear it, but I love you, Mom. I know you're watching. I don't think you can hear it.
looks good.
AI pod.
That's insane what I just watched, by the way. Mom, I love you. I don't think you can hear it. That is insane what I just watched. The only solution to this, low key, this might be cope, is live. Live might be the only cope, brother. And I'm telling my mom to never answer a phone call again. Do not ever answer a phone call. If it sounds like me, you got to see me IRL. Like, if I ask you for some shit, I need to get on a plane and fly to home, and we have a face-to-face conversation, and even that is, like, debatable. This is my cope, is it's live is the only way. Live is the only way. If you're typing, I don't know if it's you. If it's video recorded, I don't know if it's you. If it's picture, I don't know if it's you. But I think live is almost not impossible, but really difficult to do. And if they get to live, then they get to live. But all right, we got two topics. We're gonna put crypto behind what I think is maybe the most important topic of the day. Is also YouTube, Twitter. If you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Numbers spoofing plus AI would one-shot my uncle, bro. I don't even need the number spoof. Okay, number one topic of the day is nuts. The Financial Times reports Leopold Aschenbrenner's situational awareness seeks to raise new capital. Okay. Leopold, in his letter to investors on July 24th. P.S. At times we call out opportunities that seem like a particularly good time to add funds if you have been waiting for one. Leopold has approached investors and lenders for fresh capital after suffering sharp losses during the AI stock sell-off. The fund reportedly used leverage to amplify its concentrated AI bets, boosting gains during the rally, but worsening losses as technology stocks reverse. Of course, you didn't miss it. Despite the recent damage, situational awareness was still up 439% net through the end of June following extraordinary first half returns. Situation is not as bad as feared. Anthropic is now... The firm was 4x levered at times. How much do they manage? Situational awareness, AUM. How much money they manage? They manage $20 billion of assets. They were long 4x 20 billion. It's not 20B. We're saying it's 5. Yeah, okay, that's notional. Got it. We're saying it's 5. They're saying Anthropic is now 50% of the book. The firm was 4x leverage at times. Situational is still fluid. Wow. Anthropic is 50%. Is nuts. Despite the recent damage, they were still up 439% net to the end of June following extraordinary first half returns. So it looks like his fund is not blowing up, but is obviously experiencing pain. If Leopold is telling his investors that this is now a good time to put more money in as an opportunity is the best since 2025, then the question simply becomes if he is right or not. If he is, this might be similar to March of this year. If not, fresh money buying at these levels might only continue to experience the pain of the market going against the AI trade. End of July, way different than the end of June. Nuts. And so we were looking at these stocks. Oh, Uni's so gross. We were looking at the Leopold stocks over the last couple of days because everyone's tweeting like, this looks like forced sellers. This looks like forced sellers. And the Leopold names in particular are down so bad, bro. Number one, Bloom Energy, Leopold stock on the daily. Look at this. Bloom Energy closed yesterday. That thing is down 53%. Disgusting. Nebius, the biggest holding. He owned 5%, bro. He owned 5% of Nebius. Look what they did to this chart. Look what they did to this chart, brother. I got the first white boy ever known with vocal fry. You never seen Sam Altman speak? Look at this one. Minus 50% on Nebius. Bro, Shaw's, the thing that I bought. Look at this one. Look at the coin that I didn't sell. Look at my risk to reward. Look at my trade on this. Look at this. Look at this trade that I made on this coin. You think I sold it? No, I didn't sell it. Look at this trade I made on this. Look at this. That is unbelievable. Look, that is unbelievable, brother. Does Ansem School of TA teach that? Look at what is that trade? Look at what is this? This thing is down what? This thing is down 60%, bro. 60%. No, I took it right here. And then when it got to 77, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, am I smarter than Leopold Aschenbrenner? And I thought about it. I asked a couple people, thought about it some more, and final answer, no. Okay, so why would I sell? Is he selling? Why would I sell? Well, no, the answer actually becomes, maybe he was selling because look at these candles, bro. This is the $1.4 billion stock. Insane. The way these things look. SK Hynix was the other one, I think, for Leopold that he was like extremely long. He was trying to buy the ADR. Allegedly, he was trying to put $10 billion in the ADR. That's what I heard. That's what was being reported. I don't know if it happened. Look at SK Hynix, bro. They're saying Korea's going to step in here. Look at this. SK Hynix is down 50%. 50%. And they missed earnings. And by the way, the most bizarre commentary I've seen on the feed was that SK Hynix earnings was obviously the bottom because we bought them on bad news. I was like, fuck, man. You bought them on bad. I don't feel like anything is as... you can't just declare bottom on the first bad news. It's like we've been up only for like... What do you mean the bottom on the first bad news? So look at this. On SK Hynix news, South Korea to hold an emergency meeting after the stock market crashes nearly 40% from all-time high. I mean, this is the scene. I'm kind of setting the stage here for the fact that cryptocurrency looks pretty unbelievable given the circumstances because there's going to be a cryptocurrency focused stream because there was two real walls of worry to climb with crypto, Bitcoin in particular. Number one is what is going to happen when Michael Saylor sells. Okay, we got to 60K life support, and Michael Saylor's like, what if I jam $250 right now on support and see what happens? He's like, what if I close my eyes and just jam 250 million to sells? Like 32 Bitcoin took us from 75K to 60K. What's $250 million on life support going to do? Well, cross that one. It made us go up. And then the second one is, oh my God, if Bitcoin looks like this, while stocks look like that, what's Bitcoin going to look like when stocks look like this? And we're starting to get to an answer because here's the Kospi. Look at this. This is the Korean index. It's basically Samsung and SK Hynix. Okay, this is the Kospi. It's on 40% in 41 days. It's on 40% in a month. It was red again yesterday, and they're talking about intervening. Stepping in. Where's my South Korea section? I have a here it is. These are the type of stories that we're seeing right now. Is like, which one? South Korean traders have reportedly lost $38.7 billion gambling on leveraged products during the recent bloodbath. Yeah, South Korea's finance ministry has announced plans to stabilize the markets. Think about this. This is gross. It's still up 30% year to date. Between December 25 and June 26, South Korea's stock market surged 135%. This propels the country's stock market to the 6th largest in the world, even larger than India. Just years ago, it wasn't even the top 20. Think about that. But it's down 40% right now. Traders are getting carried out. I saw this. What was that one trader, DNAP? Yeah, here it is. Did you know a Korean man lost 2.2 million life savings in home? Screenshot provided. Translation. I lost all my life savings built over 40 years, and as of today, I'm completely bankrupt. 2.2 billion won. I honestly don't know where everything went wrong. I trusted this government and bought the SK Hynix leverage ETF as soon as it launched. I even sold my house to trade stocks. I feel so much bitter resentment toward myself and deep regret. $2.2 million. GG. Done. And everybody has seen the... This dude sounds retarded. Everybody has seen the Zephyr fan account that was up $27 million, and it's worth like 2 right now. I try to get him on stream. I actually like the guy. I like appreciate the fact that he's a good sport about it. I like the guy. I think he's sharp. He made. I mean, how many guys have ran up 27M? How many guys have ran up 20? What's his Twitter handle? Does anyone know? How many guys have ran up $27 million? I also hope he runs it back. But man, 27 mil to 3 in like a month. That's some shit right there. Okay. And so that's the stage being set. Is the stock bottleneck bros. Strict Cope is his name. Here he is. I like him. Zephyr fanboy, bag holding. Where's the tweet? Let's see. I mean, he's just retweeting bull posts, bro. Here it is. Look at this. Bottom. And this was on, I think he's mostly in memory, and it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse since this tweet, objectively. 6.8 million views. Fidelity account. ATH June 22nd account was worth $27.5 million. At current valuation, it's worth 3.8 mil. Okay. And so basically what I'm getting at is that there is genuine carnage in the stock market right now. There's carnage everywhere you look. Kospi's down 4. Everything is destroyed. And crypto not only looks really good, but I made this tweet, okay? And traders are not going to stop chasing 20% intraday moves just because it's not coming from SanDisk and Micron anymore. You don't stop chasing volatility just because the names that were giving you volatility are no longer giving you volatility. How do I know this? I know this because I watched them stop trading crypto to go trade other stuff. Wherever there's volatility, people will give it. And man, I'm going to be so for real. I'm going to be honest. I feel the animal spirits waking up in my soul, man. First and foremost, this chart is disgusting. It looks decent, but this chart, Bitcoin DRAM, brother. Bitcoin memory, bro. Bitcoin DRAM looks nuts. That's number one. Number two, Bitcoin NASDAQ looks like this. This thing's been bottom since for at least a month. Looks like this. And Bitcoin socks, Bitcoin semis looks like this. And you start to like think to yourself, all right, my updated. Let's actually watch this real quick. 3 years old. This is my ultimate Bitcoin thesis.
It has to go up soon. 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 It can't go down forever. It can't go down forever. I'm losing it.
Mac D God with the 100 subs straight off of my credit card, man. Thanks for the subs off my credit card. But look, on a serious note, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's really sit down and let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. Because price action in a vacuum is whatever, but man, it feels like there's a couple new narratives that are happening on chain. It feels like there's liquidity now, and it feels like we have a pretty strong narrative and what's going on with these V4 hooks. By the way, if Nico answers, someone put noties on for Nico. If Nico answers me from Uniswap, let me know because I want to bring him on stream. First and foremost is we have this Mars coin on BNB. Where is it? Here it is. Mars coin on BNB number 1 is at 31 mil. Ansem, we talked about this last night. I texted you. I think it was at 5 mil. We texted about this. Oh, I guess it was after. I guess it was after it got Binance Alpha. But this to me is an interesting sign where it's like, okay, Mars coin gets Binance Alpha, and they rip it on 2 separate moves. They leg this. I was asleep for this. Does anyone hold this coin? Does anyone hold this coin? They leg it to 25-ish, and then they leg it again to 42. And it doesn't just retrace the whole move. When is the last time we've seen that? Like basically an exchange listing and not an immediate retrace of the entire move in your face. When's the last time we've seen that? That's been a long. When's the last time you saw that? I don't even know. Since when? And look, it might happen. Have you seen the old tweets? Send me some tweets. This isn't necessary. Maybe call it Mars coin. There will definitely be a Mars coin. Oh my god. Go to CZ's last tweet thread. Also, Ansem, bro. Ansem. Bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gonna be a hard stream to get through, bro. I just. Oh, what did I do with the tweet? Oh, CZ's last tweet. He's tweeting about Giggle. Thank you. Looks like we will have a Mars coin. Oh, from 2021. Looks like we'll have a Mars coin in Foresight. It is inevitable. I support all meme coins. I might even buy or sell one in the next few weeks to test a few new things. May the best memes win. You know, the thing that's scary about this is that it's usually at the end when CZ starts doing it. But man, Ansem, let me explain to everyone how bullish I am. If I saw a female cow, I would literally fuck it. He's sitting in the stream chat typing this. Am I allowed to show that on stream? What the fuck was that? Ants? What? Dude, what? What was that? What was that? Okay, so number one is we have that's the black bull's wild. Oh, it's like the bull thing. I get it. Okay, that's number 1. Is wait, Loom Dart. Let me explain to everyone how bullish I am. If I saw a female cow, I'd literally fuck it. Oh. I'd have a retweet on that. Shout out to Loom Dart. You know, I met Loom Dart recently. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. They're gonna just do ETH's DeFi summer? I missed, bro. I wasn't here for DeFi summer. Is that we're just gonna do this? Okay. Anyways, number one, we're getting listing. We're getting, bro. It looks insane. It looks insane. It looks insane. I'm long. I'm long. You're getting Binance Alpha listings or whatever. What do you even call it? Binance Alpha listing. It is not retracing the full move. Also, it's meme coins, but they're kind of cool. Why do you look happier than usual today? Because I'm richer than usual today. They're kind of cool. Paired with the stocks, I like it. It's interesting. I'm into it. But I think the real thing that's happening right now that I'm genuinely excited about is what's going on right now with Leopold was short Adobe. You're lying. I'm working with the fund, the brokers, and marketing group of holdings. The long and short side. DNAP, he was short Adobe. Damn, he just hates Michael Burry. That's like a straight up, I just don't like Burry. But anyways, the thing that's the most exciting to me right now is this Uniswap V4 thing, okay? Because I feel like for the first time in a while, there's actual experimentation happening on chain. There's the FWA thing, which you know I'm obsessed with FWA. I love this coin. I think it looks insane. There is the V4 thing, this launch pad that's interesting. There's the Stonk Brokers thing that is interesting as well. I don't even know how to find it. And there's Uniswap looking like it's gonna fucking make a go for it. Lefty says, I can come on stream and give an explainer on V4 hooks if you want. I have a few minutes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm a mess right now. I can't focus on anything. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Luke, you still have the lefty overlay in the Zoom? I'll join the same Zoom that I sent him. I'll join the same Zoom. Let's do this. I'm gonna get up real quick. We're gonna bring lefty on in like 30 seconds. We'll talk about V4. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. BRB, Luke, you can take over. BRB, click Phantom. He's in the waiting room, brother. Oh. Bet. Let him in. Let's get it. Yo. Lucas. What'd you do? Comms. Can't see the chat either. What the
Hello?
Yo, you hear me? Yo. Oh, you hear me? Check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's up,
I think
man?
my Zoom was messed up. What's
How
up?
are you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I like feel the same exact way as you. It's like we finally have stuff to research and there's like appetite for it,
Dude,
which I
what is
feel
your
like we haven't
PFP?
had. I found this a couple weeks ago and I was like, this guy's awesome. I have no idea who it is, but yeah, I don't know. He rocks.
Okay, movie. All right. I mean, dude, I'm excited. I'm like researching DeFi stuff. It's interesting. I'm excited about it. Can you give us some background on the V4 Uniswap, the hook? I know there's like the V. Also, I want to differentiate. I keep saying V4, but there's like the Launchpad V4. So I'm talking about the hook mechanism.
The actual hook,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Give me like a breakdown on what the deal is here.
Okay, so I think it's easier to think about like a liquidity pool as just code that executes, right? So
Mhm.
like we're all familiar with like Radium, PumpSwap,
Yep.
Uniswap, obviously, but like Uniswap specifically had like V2 and then V3, and that was just like a chunk of code where it treats every single swap the exact same.
Hmm.
So that's like when you have like a tax token or something, that tax has to be baked into like the token itself.
Hmm.
But what V4 hooks do is essentially like when you're making some kind of a swap against that liquidity pool, against that like chunk of code,
Hmm.
basically Uniswap is just saying, okay, before I execute the swap, I'm gonna check on this like second contract, and that's what the V4 hook is. So it basically allows you to you have your standard like ERC20, your basic token contract, and then
Hmm.
a V4 hook is a second contract on top of that that Uniswap just knows, okay, I need to check this second contract before I execute the swap. And then that's what's allowing these devs to make these like really crazy things because you just have to have like this, you have your base token and then that second contract that is like connected to the liquidity pool is where they can do these customizable things. So that can be like, with a tax token example, it could be like you're only taxed, X% at these times or in these conditions or blah, 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 if that makes sense.
So you could like program the liquidity basically.
Basically, yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it. And I mean, like, I don't think that I'm a total expert yet, but I think like that is a really good way to put it because it is just that's why this is so exciting because we're still in kind of like the basics of what these can really do. We've seen lots of cool things. I really don't want to like shill direct tokens here or anything, but
Or what do you
you
like?
know,
Give
it
me a couple. How about this? Give me a token you like and like what tell me something you could do with it that you maybe could not do on V3 or whatnot. Like what is interesting about it?
um Okay, again, like not a direct show. I haven't researched it enough yet, but like there's this token called Loop,
Loop.
Lo0p, and they're doing something with like lending with V4 hooks. So it's like somehow the pool is allowing like a lending mechanism. Um, like I said, I haven't really researched it, which is why I'm like apprehensive to talk about it, but it's something like that where okay, suddenly there's like lending built into Uniswap. And that kind of a thing is really cool and something that we've never seen before. You know what I mean?
Interesting. How old is the V4? Like it's been out for a little bit, no?
I think it's maybe like a year old. I mean, it's funny because Rhinotic Adam, the FWA
Yeah.
dev, like Punk Strategy was a V4 thing. It sort of had a moment on base like a year ago, maybe it was in the fall, but people started kind of tinkering and a lot of them failed just because most of the original ideas were just like basic tax token things. But I think the V4 hooks allowing like conditional swaps and that sort of a like that's just a mechanism that we haven't seen before, which naturally is going to lead to some crazy shit pretty soon, I think.
Is there anything that like FWA, for example, I think is the one we understand the most that you can only do because it's V4? Do you know that off the top of your head?
Um, Off the top of my head, no. I haven't looked at it like on the uh contract side at all because I've been focused on the Gasha. That's how FWA got me. I'm sure that Adam would be
You mean the
screaming
hyperliquid
at
of
me right
gotcha?
now, but yeah, the hyperliquid of Gasha, bro.
Hey,
I mean,
what about what's stonk brokers? Do you have a take on this?
Stockbrokers is I'm not sorry, my cat's like tweaking. There's a bug on the window.
Go kill that shit.
Stockbroker is like I haven't looked at that at all. I have a small bag, but that's one that, like, I know my friend Washed is super stoked on
Oh, I
Stockbroker.
gotta get
They're
him
kind
back
of,
on stream.
dude, Washed is the GOAT. I love him.
I might DM him right now. I gotta get him back on
You
before
should.
I leave.
You absolutely should. But they're kind of doing like they're doing it all, dude. They're doing like the launchpad bit. They're doing some cool stuff with NFTs. They are doing something with hooks. He's been trying to like get me to buy for forever, and I just haven't really like I haven't taken the time because I've
Okay,
been
say
so
less.
swamped.
You okay? I'm gonna try to get Nico on. I'm gonna try to get Nico and
Yeah,
Wash to come on.
you
Stockbroker's
absolutely
lore as a
should.
dev was at Robinhood Hackathon IRL or something. Okay, word. Okay, word. You're the GOAT, dude.
Thanks, man. It's fun to hop on and like stream and stuff. So,
Isn't it lit? It will come back on.
dude,
We'll
it's
bring you
lit.
back on just the
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
fucking the snap calls. Sick, dude.
Sounds good.
I'll see you in the chat, man. Much love.
All right. Peace.
Okay, so basically nobody really understands. Nobody like fully understands it. I like Lefty. Like, the guy, that's a good guy. Nobody like fully understands it, but we're gonna go with we're gonna go with programmable liquidity. I'm down. I'm down. We're gonna go with programmable liquidity. It reads well. Okay, you know we're gonna have to change gears for market open in a minute, but the other thing that happened is, first of all, Robin had earnings yesterday, and they had this like IRL event for it.
I should clarify, I like memes as well. I'm like, yeah.
But Vlad, they posted this. Let me see. I thought this was hilarious. They showed a screen share of Robinhood, and they had Cash Cat as the only searched coin. Bro, he's low-key got the juice, man. I wasn't convinced that he was tapped in and watching charts prior to this, but he is, I mean, yeah, Ansem tweeted at him like a month ago. He's mastered the soft shell. This is this is an unbelievable soft shell, like one of the best. Like this is one of the better soft shells I've ever seen in my life, actually. The timing, the situation, the organization. Like he's on deck screener. He's watching what's going on. He's watching it very close. At an earnings call, I don't think there's any other crypto founder or like crypto adjacent guy that is like pulling this off. Yeah, he probably is watching. If you're watching, pull up to the stream. And it gave Cash Cat a rip. Let's see. Give Cash Cat a retraced rip. We should probably delete these lines. It gave Cash Cat a retraced rip. It went to like 60 and some change on the earnings call, bro. 60 and some change, and then it basically retraced. It's at 43. But you're basically getting the flavor of every month. It's like we have like pure meme coin. You get like a Cash Cat. I guess they're doing Launchpad and shit, but like we're running back the bonk, the end of bonk. I don't know, but you have pure meme. You have like sophisticated meme with backed by stocks and whatnot, and then you have like DeFi meme. At the same, you kind of get the trifecta at the same time. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I am kind of a mess right now because I'm like excited. It's hard to be excited and like literate at the same time, but I'm going to do my best to be excited and literate at the same time. And you know what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to have to do a little bit of a pivot because in 41 seconds, last stream, someone shilled 0, bro, and I can't stop looking at the chart. Bro, the chart is nuts. Look at this. The 0, bro, chart is nuts, dude. Looks like lighter. It looks like lighter. It looks like lighter. But okay, we got to do a quick divergence. We won't spend as much time on it as we usually do. But you know what we have to do because the stock market opens in 16 seconds. And as always, the stock market open is powered by Phantom. It's powered because anything you're about to see in this segment, whether it's a stock, whether it's a coin, whether it's a tokenized stock, a perp, a stable coin, cash, risk, no risk, whatever it is, if you can trade it, you can trade it with Phantom. And the stock market is officially Oh. Bang! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, it's kind of a big open today. The S&P 500, the SPX opens up 1%. The Kospi yesterday's session was down 1.23. The Dow was up 0.6. The NASDAQ 100 is green as fuck off the open. That's up 1.5. The Qs roaring. Those are up 2% off the open. The SOX, that is up 6%. The SOX sold 17% on semis. Plus 17% on semis right now on the triple leverage semi ETF. It's green. The IGV is flat. Wow. Mags, the Magnificent 7, that is up 0.7. Tom Lee's explaining hooks on CNBC right now. Stop, dude. Do not do that shit. Whoever's, get him out. Get him out. Mags are up 0.7. Dude, if Tom Lee is on CNBC explaining hooks, I'm fucking... You don't even... Bro, we're not that far away from that outcome, by the way. We're not. That is like a couple weeks. So that's like a couple weeks of green. If ETH gets a 5% move, Tom Lee is going to be on Bloomberg talking about FWA, brother. I promise. Talking about NFTs. Tom Lee is going to be on Fox News talking about NFTs. 5% move. It'll happen. Let's go. Let's go. DRAM up 8%. What do you got, DNAP? What do you got? Ferrari sees strong Lucy EV demand. What? Strong demand on the electric car, $650,000 electric car is nuts. People are too rich. There's too much money in the system. How is there strong demand on that is nuts. DRAM up 8%, 48.35. 48.35 on DRAM off the bottom of 42. Maybe it just was Leopold Asherbetter getting carried out. Crypto on the open, Bitcoin 64.7. ETH is 19.21. Hyperliquid is noticeably weak across the board here. Lighter up 4.5%. That's 2.27. Pump up 5%. You want to see something crazy? Chat, want to see something crazy? Fees.pump.fund. Yesterday, pump fund buyback, 700K. Day before, 700K. Day before, 715K. Back to back to back. 1.4 million days for pump fund. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Crypto pretty not bad on the open. Per dat is green. Shaw's right after I sold. That's up 10%. Metals. I've seen a lot of discussion about metals. Okay. Gold, $4,079 is up 0.3 versus Bitcoin's 1.3. Copper, once again, this fucking coin drives me nuts. Looks interesting. 649 on copper. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it when it eventually gets there. Zcash 474, Monero's up 1.6. The VIX is down 10%. Treasury yields, 2-year yield is down 1.2. The 10 is down 0.63, and the 30 is down 0.13. That's a good sign after yesterday. Stretch is 88, and we look pretty good over here. War and oil. What site is that? This is TradingView. This is TradingView. Let me get these lines off here. Brent oil is 91,413. That's down 1.7%. And crude oil, that is down 1.3. Vlad active on X right now. What is he tweeting? Vlad Tenev. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he is not active on X. He just said that just to say that, I suppose. Crude oil is down 1.24 to $83 a barrel. You'd love to see that. Everything defense is down. Raytheon's down 1.3. Palantir's down 1. Northrop Grumman is down 1. And Lockheed Martin is up 0.6. All right, here's where all the money is made and lost. Big semis. Whoa. Big AI, big semis. A little bit of everything. Bloom Energy is up 20%. Really? Wow. I mean, that just, it means it was Leopold, right? Surely? Dude, look at these charts. Bloom's up 20. Microsoft is up 15%. 15. On a $3.31 trillion stock. It's up 15%. What? City raised its target. On Microsoft stock up to $600 from 570 while maintaining its buy rating. I guess they just crushed earnings yesterday. Wow. Yeah, they crushed. Microsoft has left CapEx unchanged for 2026. They said they'll continue to remain free cash flow positive. They're the only mag that's free cash flow positive. Look at what Google did. Google did the opposite. More CapEx, less cash, got crushed. Microsoft, no CapEx increase, remain free cash flow positive. Pretty big narrative violation in the productivity boost of AI, but we'll get there later. Street hates CapEx. Question is if Microsoft is giving up market share if they don't increase CapEx, or do they need it because they won't slow down growth? Wow, that is nuts. Look at Microsoft. Up 15%. Bloom Energy's up 21%. SanDisk, that is up 16%. But man, the chart looks awful. That's 16%. Look how bad it is. Shaw's up 12%. I just sold it too. ARM 12. SK Hynix ADR up 10. Nokia up 10. Marvell up 10. Micron back above 800. Wow, it got to 741. Up 8.5. AMD, that is up. FWA looks good here. Does it really? Ooh, chills. AMD 462, that's up 8%. Intel 86. Man, these charts are so cooked. Up 6%. Dell up 5. ASTS Space Dock 5. Firefly Space Dock 5. ASML 5. Redwire Space Dock up 5. Rocket Lab Space Dock up 4. Look how cooked this is. Look at this. This is up 5% on Rocket Lab, but man, I mean, this is like omega cooked. Oracle up 4, and it looks like this. Cerebras up 5. Frank, you're almost back. Oh, God. Broadcom up 2.5. SpaceX 115. That's up 2.5. Amazon up 3. Tesla back above 300. That's 2.5% green. Nvidia 191. Apple is red. QCOM is very red. And Meta is down 10% on the day. That puts Meta at 527. The lowest price since March 26th, but before that, the lowest price since Liberation Day on tariffs. Disgusting on Meta. Wow, Microsoft 15. SanDisk 16. That means DRAM has got to be flying. Back over in crypto, Bitcoin on open, 64.6. Remember, price action on Bitcoin does not matter until like 10:30. It doesn't matter until 10:30 at least. All right, DRAM is up 8.5. Mags are up 1, and the Soxel is up 15. Gross. Across the board, gross. Nasdaq's at 1.5. Things are slowing a little bit. All right, SAS and NeoClouds. IREN 18. Nebius 18. CoreWeave 15. Sweetgreen +6. Caterpillar +3. Why does it not matter until 10:30? Because the price action is always I can't say that word. The price action is always dumb until then. I don't know. SoFi's at 1.5. IBKR is at 1.3. MicroStrategy is 94. We don't talk about that too much anymore, huh? Visa's up 0.8. Circle's up 0.15. StubHub deserves 0. Biggest loser is Carvana. Wow. This thing was down 20% after earnings yesterday. It's down 12. Figma's down 5. AMC is down 5. Nike's down 5. Robinhood beat earnings pretty strong, I think. And this they'll keep painting the Farcoin fractal. I want to see some ball right here. Wait, let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Is Robinhood low-key painting the Farcoin fractal? Yes or no? Low-key, right? You see it or no? Yeah, I fucking see it. Eli Lilly down 2.5. Uber down 2. Airbnb down 1. DraftKings is down 1. Despite, look at this fucking DraftKings announcement today. DraftKings and Delta Airlines have launched SkyPicks, a new free-to-play in-flight sports contest that gives eligible customers an interactive way to engage with sports while they travel. SkyPicks is a free sports contest available in U.S. domestic Delta flights through Delta Sync Wi-Fi. The contest invites customers to answer a series of sports-related questions, such as who will score first, which team will win, and a final score tiebreaker. To compete for a spot atop the leaderboard and a chance to win Delta gift cards for their next adventure. The human experience has been reduced to a vessel to advertise gambling platforms on TikTok because that is dystopian as ever. Loving fuck. And that's what leaves. Look, I mean, the Leopold stocks are up the biggest gainers. Leopold stocks are the biggest gainers today. Okay, alts. Biggest gainer is I have Galaxy in the alts list. Number 2 is Uniswap, up 6%. That chart is nuts. That's the daily. What does the weekly look like on alts? Look at this. Didn't he have puts on most? He had these like really small out of the money puts for March for the war. And so I think the discourse on the Leopold puts was like, is that new? What you just said, Luke? Or no? I think the bit was that, whoa. They sold half their Anthropic stake. Oh, they got to be. Yikes. Margin call. Uh-oh. Anthropic does situational awareness have? They had $4 billion of Anthropic. Why would Leopold stocks go up? I guess because he's selling to cover like margin. Selling everything and he's out. That, wow. Also, Leopold fiance. Wait, Leopold Aschenbrenner, wife. Look at this. His fiance is the chief of staff at Anthropic. He's probably like not even allowed to sell. That's wow. Martin Shkreli, how about it? Wait, let me see if there's any more comps. Wow, he sold $2 billion of Anthropic. Situation has sold half of his Anthropic stake. Globalterminal.com. Fucking hell. That's a lot, man. As I continue going through altcoin price action. Wow. Pump is up 5. Lighter's up 5. Even Cake is up 4. Ave's up 3. Monad's up 3. Gross. All right. We're 15 minutes into open. I want to talk about crypto. And so we're going to pivot in a second. Before we do, you know what we always, look at that candle. Before we do, you know what we always have to do on the stream before we move on. And that is I come here and I ask you, what are you buying? What are you selling? What do you like? What do you hate? What stocks or coins have you exited? What stocks or coins have you entered? What do you want to sell? What do you want to buy? How is the stream chat positioned? It is absolutely crucial to my future that I know what everybody is in. Giga leverage long circle. I bought Near recently. Are we doing this again? Zcash long, don't judge me. You know I love Zcash. Slammed I Ren. Congrats. I want to buy Intel. I like the Intel thought. That's a good thought. Doubled Ansem and is that Brent Oil? Ansem Coin and Brent Oil. TP'd Microsoft. Congrats. Long memory. Degos, what are you buying? Also, what's good, Degos? Nebius looks good here. Yes, it does. Bought Intel. I think Intel is the one that I would like to buy as well. Maybe Micron. Long Micron at 750. It's at 815. Nice trade. Bought Farcoin again. Jesus, dude. I need some crypto plays. You're in the right place, brother. Have you seen any of the videos by Psyop Anime? Yeah, of course. I want to load the fucking Brinks trucks for Nebius. As a big holder of Intel, I'm nervous to reclaim 95. You bought Oracle. Really? Even with all this like CapEx punishment and whatnot? Send Cerebro, dude. Give me a fucking break. Just buy Intel, Apple, and chill. DRAM and Hynix. I like Hynix. For being bullish SBET. I don't even know what that is. Thoughts on variational. Variational is very cool. Intel 2. Also want to slam and some pause. Pause. Backing up the trucks when SpaceX hits 80 to 90. You might get it. You actually might get it on SpaceX. Wow, look at this. Some of these charts are gross. What is V4 doing? Gross. Let's see. SpaceX unlock. Dude, they unlock 20% like really soon. On August 8th, they unlock 11.8%. Oh my God. What did I just read? I just saw that headline. Situation where yourselves entire public investment book? What happened? Holy God. What happened? What does that mean? They sold everything? Dude, it's like, yeah, sure, it's like FTX, but it feels like it came out of genuinely nowhere. Like, where did this come from? I mean, he was long entire, I mean, should I do it? 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 Holy Nebius candle. Where? Good or bad? Gotta be good, right? Oh my God. Sellers are out. 26% on Nebius. Shaw's, I sold it. I fucking sold it. 22%. Bloom Energy, 26%. Dude, they actually just hunted him. Oh my God. They deadass hunted him. They hunted him. Oh my God. Bitcoin 65. Damn. Uniswap trading like Leopold just sold out of it. Holy fuck. I need comms. Wait. Is Skrelly? He's never saying anything when I joined
What's
this.
the bottom line? Because Stone Cold said so.
Holy fuck.
Was NVIDIA. Obviously, the sort of only bet over the last year was NVIDIA. It's obvious now. Very few people did it. This is sort of also, classic debate I and a friend had with another colleague of ours, where this colleague was really into TSM, TSMC, and he was just kind of like, well, these fabs are going to be so valuable, and also like NVIDIA, there's just a lot of idiosyncratic risk, right? It's like maybe somebody else makes better GPUs. And that was basically right, but sort of only NVIDIA had the AI beta, right? Because only NVIDIA was kind of like large fraction AI. The next few doublings would just like meaningfully explode their revenue, whereas TSMC was, a couple percent AI. So even though there's going to be a few doublings of AI, not going to make that big of an impact. All right, so it's sort of like the only place to find the AI beta basically was NVIDIA for a while. Now it's broadening, right? So now TSM is like,
It's in 2024.
20% AI by like 27 or something is what they're saying. One more doubling, it'll be kind of like a large fraction of what they're doing. And there's a whole stack. There's like a
Mando. What the fuck? Sold the whole book?
There's people making memory and CoWoS and power. Utility companies are starting to get excited about AI, and they're like, oh, it'll power production in the United States will grow. Not.
Leopold says AGI could be the next 100x investment, as his firm is best positioned to capture it.
I think we talked about this earlier, but it's like the screen doesn't go.
I'm buying SK Hynix in size. How much size? Oh my God, Shaw's. Oh my God, dude. I'm like, who's selling? They got it. It's Leopold Aschenbrenner. Fuck my life. Oh my God. Bloom Energy, 28%. CNBC on commercial break right now. 28%. Nebius, 26%. Wow. Wow. Here we go. Leopold Aschenbrenner's hedge fund is unwinding trades and may be forced to liquidate assets, according to people familiar with the matter. Circuit breaker, they only do this on the way down. Fuck that. Leopold Aschenbrenner is who people think Sailor is. Situation where it's posted big losses in recent weeks from declines in AI infrastructure investments like SK Hynix. Bro, SK Hynix is up like 1,000% year to date. Aschenbrenner launched the fund after leaving OpenAI in 2024 and quickly became one of the most watched figures in AI investing because of eye-popping returns. The $24 billion hedge fund, founded by former OpenAI researcher Leopold Aschenbrenner, is unwinding many of its trades after big losses in artificial intelligence stocks and a bad bet against software stocks. What do you mean a bad bet against software stocks? What software stocks? What do you mean bad bet against software? Look at IGV. Where is the bad bet? They're all up recently. Adobe. I mean, I guess. But Adobe's like 10% off the bottom, bro. He's 30% off the bottom. That's the bad bet. Wait, where's that tweet? Where's that tweet? SK Hynix declined both short positions in software companies since Adobe moved sharply against it. Damn. He really tried to PvP Michael Burry, bro. Burry's long Adobe, short semis. Leopold long semis, short Adobe. Guys, it's going to be time to have some tough conversations about Michael Burry, by the way. It's almost time to have some very tough conversations about Michael Burry. It's like a legend trade 1v1. Several of the firm's prime brokers, including Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan Chase, have been working with the funds as it seeks to meet margin requirements or reduce positions in an orderly fashion, according to people familiar with the discussions. The brokers have been marketing a group of the firm's holding on both the long and the short side for sale prior to today's start of trading. Wow. Wow. Bitcoin 65. Uniswap up 7% on the day. When's the last time Uniswap had a 7% day? Bloom Energy 27%. Shaw's 20. It's $50. Dude, I just sold it all. I just sold the whole thing like an hour ago, dude. I'm like, who's rich enough? Who has enough coins to make this happen? Leopold Aschenbrenner, the guy who made the coin. Oh my God. Rasmus, shout out to you, by the way. Rasmus up $200,000 in Mars coin. Crypto total domination. You just up 7%. Oh my God. I just sold Shaw's into this pump. Nebius 20. DNAP tweets, whatever you got. Oh, where's Hynix? Where's Hynix? Where's Hynix? Off the bottom. %12% on SK Hynix. So what? We just run it back turbo now? That was it? Last seller taken out back? Wow. Bro, what's your skincare routines? It look good. That shit was bad for a while. Zephyr. So he won't close the fund. Situation awareness LP moves on. Yeah, but this was before they announced he just sold every single asset in the public book. Meme stocks. Wait, where is by the way, Bloom Energy, up 28%. It's a $61 billion company, bro. Where's Micron? 13% on $1 trillion. Check SPX. Wow. Everything trades like crypto now. And that's really, really bad for 3 out of 4 days. But the one day that it's good, it is so unbelievably good. It's like you don't even have the words in the DRAM's up 12%. Look at this. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. DRAM. Look at this. Look at that. Bro, you're so looks max, not gonna lie. Fuck with me, man. Look at this chart. $50 DRAM. Oh my god. It's crazy it like doesn't do much for Bitcoin unless it goes the other way. It's red and crypto looks good. Wow. I need like some tweets on Leopold Ashen, bro. What do we got? So Trini had a long post on him, actually. Let me see what he said. Let's see if it's relevant right now. Leopold. Here. Okay. Are you long Unity? Extremely. Imagine for a moment you're an LP in situational awareness. I would do an emergency Mando call if you wanted to join right now, by the way, if you're still here. Imagine for a moment you are an LP in situational awareness. The fund that launched on a pitch that was essentially AI is going to be the only thing that matters. And if you recognize that and you wish to be invested in a vehicle that will express that view by getting massively nips to nuts along the most beta to our informed AI views this fine stock market can offer us, then you invest. And you invested. Not just because you're bullish on AI. Thousands of hedge funds are bullish on AI. But because you think Leopold is uniquely situated as being one of knowing the few hundred people who will bring about machine God before 2030. Then over the next 2 years, the fund did exactly what it said it would. And it went up by like 20-something times, if I'm remembering properly. Again, in this scenario, you are the person who read situational awareness, the paper, and said, yes, I agree, AI is more powerful than the nuclear bomb and will render the world unrecognizable before the decade is out. And I want my investments to be into the hedge fund of that view. Now those stocks go down. So the fund goes down. Let me ask you, do these LPs seem like the type of people that are going to become bearish on AI because SK Hynix got cut in half in 6 weeks? The people who likely regard, I'm going to long TQQQ levels of tech bullishness the same way normal people view investing into muni bond fund. Yeah, I would not expect many of them are calling Mr. Aschenbrenner to complain right now. Some people don't realize how insane being up 2,200% since inception in 2024 is. To put that in perspective, if you invested $100 million with SALP at inception and wiped out 90% of July, your investment would be worth $230 million. I think it's probable that the LPs will BTFD. Situational awareness is going to get the money they're asking for. And once it's in, they're going to take off, likely short-dated hedges, because they're not at risk of getting liquidated by their prime, meaning the market makers that sold them the hedges will cover their delta hedge on what's probably quite a lot of notional exposure. At the same time, they'll be deploying that capital into what they think is the best buying opportunity since April 2025. Yeah, the tweet's like completely invalidated. I don't think Leopold Aschenbrenner is in trouble so much as he's likely to raise the capital he's asking for, which would mean it's likely now that Leopold causes the bottom, then causes AI to continue going down. That's a good take. There's something I'm missing that would cause this cohort of LPs who are AI super believers that are likely still up significantly on their their SALP investment, situational awareness LP investment to date, that they would rather not buy the dip than sure. Every stock, even vaguely AI smelling, is probably going to hate. But, wow. Look at this on my screen. It's 32%. NetBase is up 32%. 32. Mara, Leopold stock, Bitcoin miner, X, GPU provider, 19. Iren, 29. Holy fuck, dude. Soxo's up 24%. Bitcoin, 65. Uniswap, up 8%. Bloom Energy, 30%. Shots, 30. 30 on shots. 30. Should I just like pretend like I didn't sell? SanDisk, 21 percentage points on SNDK. Micron, 12. I mean, what's red? Meta's down 10. Disgusting. Wow. I can't I mean, we can't really click off. Why are they up? Because Leopold fucking margin called and everything. He's out. It was probably panic selling. He's out completely. Got wiped out. Had to cover all of his positions. He's done. Intentional Warsh has exited his entire public equities book, including both long and short positions, through a transaction with a single buyer. One buyer. Dude. Wait. Ken Griffin, hear me. Citadel Ken Griffin comes out of nowhere. Says they're going to hike rates. Market panics. Destroys everything. Chases DRAM down 15%. Dumps everything. Leopold gets margin called. He knew he was weak. And then Citadel buys the entire book. And then they run it back turbo on $20 billion. CZ, Binance, Sam Bankman-Fried. Wait. Into how am I gonna write this? This is low-key this is a crazy conspiracy. Can you imagine? Ken Griffin just took Leopold out back. He just fucking pop. Wow. Okay, wait. Let's write this. 2 days ago, Ken Griffin said it'll randomly came out and declared the Fed will raise rates, causing semi-AI trade to get absolutely destroyed into extreme pressure on Leopold and situational awareness. Let me quote tweet this. Hold on. This is low-key nuts. Can you imagine this is what happened? Through a single buyer who has enough money to buy, who even has enough money to buy that with a single click? Wow. Does this make sense? Wait. 2 days ago, Ken Griffin and Citadel randomly came out and declared the Fed will raise rates, causing semi/AI to get absolutely destroyed into extreme pressure on Leopold and situational awareness, causing them to liquidate their entire public equities book through a transaction with a single buyer. I mean, who else could it be? Wow. If that cup, dude, wow. If that is actually what happened, holy fuck. I mean, who else could it be? It's like Jane Street Citadel. How much money does Citadel have? 52 billion. Also, he was trying to raise since July 24th. And so it was probably an unkept secret that they were under extreme pressure. Also, think about that. Like, everyone knew this. Also, the story was he was trying to raise cash since July 24. So it was obviously a bad kept secret that they were in trouble. Wow. So he goes around, starts saying we have a hole, we need cash, like a lot of cash. Like we need like $10 billion cash. And like we have like our FTT. Sell me all the FTT you want at $22 and fuck off. Ken Griffin and the boys smell blood in the fucking water. They see first FOMC coming up. There's extreme uncertainty with Warsh's like first real pressure. Forward guidance is gone. So what is he actually going to do? Nobody really knows. They see a special situation, no pun intended, spot. They come out for no reason, by the way, for absolutely no reason. They say, we think Warsh is going to raise rates. AI trade unwinds. Semis get destroyed. Hynix get destroyed. Kospi gets destroyed. DRAM gets destroyed. They hit Leopold's margin level, basically, and he says, I need out. He sells half of his Anthropic, and then he sells his entire public equities book to one buyer, Citadel. Sweeps it up, and then rip it all back turbo. Can you imagine that's what happened? Can you fucking imagine? Oh my God. Look at this. 4C leveraging fueled by AI confusion and misinformation rarely. Wow. Chris Camillo was right. Yes, he was. Wait. Did I write this correctly? This is a bit. Did I write this correctly? Wait. 2 days ago, Ken Griffin to Citadel randomly came out and declared the Fed will raise rates, causing semis AI trade to get. Fuck. Typo. That's fine. They get absolutely destroyed into extreme pressure and Leopold in a situation where it's going to cause them to liquidate their entire public equities book through a transaction with a single buyer. I mean, who else could it be? Wow. So now what? What happens now? Watch CNBC. Wait, should I listen to CNBC? What are they talking about? Wait. Rotate to Mars coin. The guy who broke the headlines on. Wait, let's listen. Is Mitt watching it or no?
But maybe there was no money he could raise.
Watch it, Mitt. Watch it.
Both scenarios are kind of crazy. If he thinks the trade is over and said, screw it, I'm out, and sold 50% of his Anthropic, which is supposed to be one of the biggest IPOs
50%
ever.
50% of
Why would you sell it
Anthropic
right now. Maybe he feels the trade is over. If it's the other scenario that he got liquidated and him selling was the bottom and him selling 50% of Anthropic was to cover the margin call, which is crazy that he had to sell 50% of his Anthropic just to like break even and not, continue to get liquidated. And now if we rally from here, then maybe that was the event that needed to happen, which there's always some fund that blows up that you got to flush that out of the system.
I don't think he was trying to argue that the trade is over, by the way, because he was trying to rate. I guess he was trying to raise cash maybe to cover his ass, but I have too many tabs open. YouTube TV. I have Squawk. I don't have CNBC. I have Squawk. Do I have CNBC on YouTube TV? CNBC. I have Squawk. Is it this?
CFOs instrumented this perfectly. So it's just consistent. The multiple has fallen from 30 to under 20 times on the multiple. So you have a multiple re-rate. You have a semi-led led world right now, and you look at the actual rebound in the business. They're doing extremely
Uniswap
well.
is going for
I think Meta just didn't deliver on revenue. The outlook.
Is the spread really that large? While Meta is still building Jetstream.
I can't really go back. GG. Fuck him then. Wow, the Uniswap's going for it too. Wasn't he telling potential investors that the cash raise would take advantage of the best buying op since April 2025? He didn't get trade is over. He just got hunted out. It seems like that's what happened. Wow. Wait, I gotta pee. So now what? Now what? Everyone just plows into Bitcoin? Nebi's up 27%. Tell him to unblock me. Are you a Marsh coin? No, I'm not, but yeah, this is crazy. More claims. We read this. FW may be out of sellers. Let's see. That may be true, my friend. Leopold goes up a fuck till gets confident, levers up, sees UP go down 40%, full sex, everything. Fuck it. Honestly, well played, sick run. I think you want to hope that that's the case. Wow. We all been there. Is that what you think happened, though? He just stacked it, first retrace, and he's up billions of dollars? Chat, yes or no? You think he just got cold feet? Dude, the Dwarf Cash bull post. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Dwarf Cash. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Dude. No. 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 You're lying. No. Surely not. No. No. Dude, okay, hold on. Let me set the stage. Okay. Dwarf Cash, who's Leopold Aschenbrenner's roommate and like the godfather of AI media. Is that fair to say? The godfather of AI media? Who does all, he interviews all, he's interviewed everyone. He did the Leopold interview, he did the Jensen interview, he's interviewed everyone. Sam interview. He's interviewed everyone in AI. Came out yesterday. Oh, well, yeah, hold on. Leopold, okay, wait, hold on. Everyone fucking relax. Dwarf Cash Patel, godfather of AI media, interviews all the biggest CEOs in the world, is roommates with Leopold Aschenbrenner, is cousins or roommates with Dylan Patel, who runs Semi-Analysis, which is the biggest AI, like, sell-side research company. Came out yesterday and wrote what is maybe the most ridiculous bull post I've ever read in my life about how AI is going to like million X. Okay. And I'm going to read it right now. And if you think about it, there's a pretty non-zero chance Leopold called his boy and said, Dwarf Cash, I got about 12 hours. If we get one more red tick, on his knees in the subway praying to Jesus, if I get one more red candle, this thing is over. I need you to do something now. Dwarf Cash Patel comes out and writes the most insane, like the most ridiculous bull post article ever to try to bail out his boy. New blog post on what would be true about the world if the trend line continues and leading lab hits 1 trillion in revenue by the end of next year. That's like a 10x That is like a 10x on revenue in the fastest growing tech companies ever, Anthropic and OpenAI. He posted this yesterday. What would happen if the most successful tech company ever did a 10x next year? And you're like, wait, what? You're like, what? Here's the article. It's kind of long. Hold on. Everybody fucking back up. Everybody back the fuck up. Gavin Baker tweeted what? Everybody back the fuck up. Yeah, well, while tokens go to zero and intelligence gets commoditized. Look at this. Even Gavin Baker was like, dude, even Gavin Baker, who clearly did not get the Leopold call, was like, hold on, this is like a little crazy. Read this. Gavin Baker, who's the biggest bull in the world. A series of fairly wild thoughts from Dorkesh. I thought I was bullish, but even I am not assuming that the price to rent compute continues to go up. A series of fairly wild thoughts from Dorkesh. What? Gavin Baker saying that? Huh? No, not a Uniswap announcement. Mo, Uniswap is gonna do it, bro. Oh, there's too much happening. Okay. Let's skim it. I want to experiment with very quick. Bro, there's typos. There's a typo in the first sentence. No. Oh my God. No, you're lying. I want to experiment with very quick blog post. Dog. No. No. I'm running with this. I don't care. Hold on, dude. There's a typo in the first sentence. Dog. No. That's not what happened. Let me tell you something real quick before I read it. I used to always think things are not as crazy and coordinated as they seem. And we pieced this fan fiction together for stories. And then I watched Sam Bankman-Fried and CZ and the story of what happened to come out. Like I thought to myself, there's no way Caroline Ellison tweeted, sell me all your FTT at $22 and fuck off. And that was the margin call line. Like, no, of course not. That's movie shit. Life isn't about like the movies. And then you realize the movies are made after life. It's the same thing. Wow. Okay, we got to read it. We're back. We're going to timestamp this for sure. We're going to timestamp this on DRAM. We're going to timestamp this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, by the way, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Okay. Okay. You're going to tell me Dwarkesh Patel, who's about to make the most ridiculous bull post he's ever made in his entire life, is going to have a typo in the first sentence? Come on. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's one letter. No way. I don't even put typos in my fucking tweets, man. I don't even put a typo in my fucking tweets. All right, let's take a look. Let's read the article now that we know that Leopold called him and said, yeah, it's like the guy that's known for being the most well-spoken, the guy who's known for being the most well-spoken media personality in the highest level of tech. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I want to experiment with very quick blog posts where I time box writing for 2 hours. Yeah, I time box writing for 2 hours. I'm gonna do it. Let's do a thought experiment where I see what I can write in under 2 hours. Okay, let's just like randomly try that on a fucking. Let's randomly try the 2 hour bull post experiment. What can I write before stock market open? Let's try that randomly. No! I won't be able to nail down a lot of important sub questions, but the alternative is just not making any progress on a lot of different topics I'm curious about. And let's do it right now. Today, I want to talk about the compute situation of the labs over the coming years. This is... My best friend's about to get margin called on $20 billion, so I'm going to try this thing where I get as bullish as possible in the shortest amount of time that I humanly can. I'm gonna even give myself a timer, and the timer is going to be before stock market open is how we're going to do this. Anthropic revenue is 10x year over year. Anthropic likely ends the year with 100 to 150 billion of revenue. For this trend to continue, Anthropic would have to make 1 trillion in revenue by the end of the year. There's no deep reason why the trend needs to continue, and it very well might not. It's ultimately a question about AI capabilities, but suppose it does. What would have to be true about the world? Lab compute 3x year over year. For a lab to 10x revenue while continuing to only 3x compute, some combination of the following 3 things has to happen. 1, lab margins have to increase. They're decreasing. 2, the price of compute has to increase. 3, labs have to spend a greater fraction of their compute on inference, running the models. My understanding is that basically all 3 of these things have been happening. 1, Anthropic went from 40% margins in 2025 to over 80% this year for Fable inference. I know, like, let's just assume the best possible outcome. 2, spot prices for compute are up 40% from the February trough. And that likely understates how much more the labs have to pay. 3, roughly a quarter of OpenAI's 2024 compute spend went to inference, according it certainly goes to 50%. Yeah, I mean, we're not really going to read this. I think I got out of this what I wanted to get out of it, which is there's a typo in the first sentence. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. I'm not even like a big conspiracy theorist kind of guy. Like, that's not even like really my game. I can't believe it, though. We're going to experiment with... We're going to see how bullish I can get in under 2 hours right before the stock market opens is what we're going to do. Right now. Oh, my God. Wow. So what happens now? Dude, the typo in the first sentence is so classic, it's like not even real. Meanwhile, I'm just stacking FWA. Wow. Where are we at? Bitcoin 64.5. Okay, so where are these stocks at? Microsoft 15. Bloom's up 30%, dude. I'm not even sure I exactly understand why this would be so bullish. Like, doesn't he have to close all of these positions? Or I guess he has to add he has to add cash to close them, and so it's like buy pressure. Like I don't fully understand what the market dynamics are that would like make this thing rip like this. Like 30%. I don't fully understand how that works. No more sellers. Yeah, but like it's like this massive forced pop situation. No, I don't think the Bitcoin price actually matters at all right now. Let everything else. This is like a complete nothing burger on BTC. Like let that. I think this is a complete nothing burger on Bitcoin. Wow. Chat, how's my coverage of this? I'm not gonna lie. I think it's extremely bullish crypto. If he was levered, then he was selling to reduce leverage, and if he's done selling, the forced seller is no longer there. Got it. So it's just he's just done selling. Like he was okay. So then you could, oh my god, Bloom Energy, 32. So you could then like okay, wait. Okay, wait. Let's look at this on the chart. Citadel, hike. Wait, let's look at this. Hold on. Here, look. Watch this. Watch. This is gonna be crazy. Watch this. Where's my trading view? Here, watch this. We'll go DRAM 1 hour. Delete this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. This is gonna be crazy. Delete all drawings. Watch this. So Citadel comes out and Citadel comes out. CZ Binance seeks to acquire situation awareness. That's hilarious. Citadel expects the Fed to raise interest rates this week. A surprise move, strengthening Chairman Kevin Warsh's credibility in the battle with inflation. So Citadel comes out and they make this announcement. Okay? And then this is what happens to DRAM. Look what happens. DRAM gets completely gapped, bro. Like, let me see exactly. Let's go 30 minute. Cool. DRAM gets completely gapped. It goes on 20% in a straight line. Soxel, triple leverage semi index, same tweet, gets gapped. This one goes down like 32%. Now, something that I don't know if this is related at all, but like something interesting is like Bitcoin gets gapped and then nothing happens, recovers the whole thing. It's like Bitcoin gets like fake gapped. I don't know what other like uncorrelated asset to the AI like that he's no involvement with would be worth showing, like gold. It kind of trades opposite. But regardless, Mars coin. Mags maybe. Yes, Mags. Yes, Mags. Yes. Yes, Mags. And look, nothing happens. Yes, exactly, Max. Yes, right, guy. We're starting to get this market thing. We're starting to see it all like come together, man. Max, exactly right. That's exactly right. And it did nothing. It didn't fucking move. It didn't move. Did not move. Didn't care. It was completely unrelated. He has none. He couldn't move it. He has none. Complete Mags untouched. But the things that he holds, think about what he holds. Think about what he holds. He holds a massive amount of memory and semis. And they both just get gapped down. They get gapped down. And so you could maybe like make the argument that this Citadel announcement comes out. Leopold Aschenbrenner is on like life support here. He's on life support. And then he's in like death. This can't. Let's do like white. How about white? Life support. And then death. Right here. Life support, then death. And so Dwarkesh Patel tries to save him with this. Oh my God. Dwarkesh tries to save him. No, it's not working. Wait. Door cache, copy link. Come on. No, why? No. Come on, copy paste. I guess we could just we could force it in. If it doesn't work, let's see. I really want to copy paste this. Door cache. No, it doesn't want to work. I don't know why. Let's see. When did this post go live? July 29th. You want to chat? Yeah, I'm down. Come on, call on for 15 minutes. Let's do it. Luke, you have an overlay for Mando? Let's do Mando for 10 minutes and just like go through, and then we'll talk about crypto after. Let's finish the coverage on this. The post after market close. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let me copy. You can cook right now. All right, here's what we're gonna do, chat. I'm gonna get up real quick. Fill up my water, and then we're gonna call Mando on to talk about what just happened with Leopold. And I think we've done pretty fucking damn good coverage of this whole thing. All right, Luke, I'll give you any desk. I'll be back in 30 seconds. BRB. Luke, where are we calling him? Discord? Discord or what? Okay, bet. Can you send him the link? I make the meeting. I'll send to him. Be sucking dick for groceries. You can click. I bet. Where's the link? There you go. Okay, cool. Thanks. Man, I'll send it to your Telegram right now. All right, let's get it. Let's get Mando on. He said he's buying SK Hynix in size. Let's get him on and let us see what the fuck is up over there. All right, chat. If you want, what is size? His size is real. I'm just gonna let you know. If you're watching on Twitter or YouTube and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Sure. No, I'm telling you, man, that guy really buys shit. I don't know if he's gonna say, but he really buys shit. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. He really buys shit. Let him join up. Give him like 30 seconds. After we're done talking about Leopold, because he's here. All right, let's go. Interview cam. No. Yep. Yo. Hey, 1 second. Luke, I lost the ability to turn his PFP off. You could just fucking tech, man. I'm sick of this shit. Hold on. Give me like 30 seconds. Oh, thanks. Let me see. I think we're good now. Boom. Okay, cool. That was like harder than it needed to be. What's up, man? Crazy day, huh?
Yeah, wild. Absolutely wild. I was looking at Micron yesterday. I got on a plane yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, this has got to be the bottom. This has got to be the bottom."
It was like 720.
No, it was trading at 800 yesterday, and I was like, "This has got to be the bottom." And I bought some. And I got off the plane, and it was down 10%. I was like, "Fuck, these things just keep going lower." And then this morning, I woke up and I was like, "I'm ready to get hurt again." I put out a tweet being like, "Look, South Korea." Like everyone has been decimated, all these retail accounts, all these leverage accounts, and then it
They're
sounded
stepping
like
in. The government's stepping in, right?
the government's setting in, might ban short selling, and I was like, "There's no way." Who
Might
is left?
ban short selling.
This is the rumor coming out, right? And then there was the news about Leopold, and he was going to raise more money, and then as we went live, as the market opened, obviously the news came out that he's out, right? And things have just absolutely soared. But yeah, that I was buying SK Hynix this morning, so that's been a decent trade. But
so we'll talk about your trades. Can you because I actually have done a pretty good job covering this, but you've covered more of these moments than I have. Can you explain why Leopold being out would lead to these like parabolic moves in the market right now, and like what exactly from what we know can you assume has happened?
I mean, you often get these. I can't remember like when the last big one was where like one fund blows up in the market. The most famous one is long-term capital asset management, I think it was called, back in the 90s. Was like a big EM hedge fund. And when that went under, it basically nuked a ton of different markets, and it ended up being like a Jenny buy in a bunch of those at that time. So I can't remember the last time like one fund has dominated a sector and it blowing up basically leads to the formation of a bottom. This is I can't really like. There are other times, obviously, like in 08 and COVID, where funds have like blown up. But like when it's just one fund in a bull market, which basically causes this sort of a blow up, I can't remember. That's like the most obvious time that has happened in the past. But clearly, he has sold to another fund, right? And is
that what usually happens?
No. I mean, often they're getting liquidated via margin. This feels as though maybe because it sounded like they're working alongside Goldman Sachs, a couple of investment banks, like maybe the prime brokers basically were like, "Look, we're going to help get you out, but you need to get out." And I can only admit there is probably, you can count it on both hands, the number of funds that would be that would be called up around that. So you got to think it's like a big fund that's probably taken him out. And I quite liked what you said, like the Citadel. It very easily could be someone like Citadel's the biggest hedge fund in the world, right? So they are one of the people on those two hands that would do it, that could do a trade like this. There's obviously some of the big ones in California that could maybe have done it, but
Jane Street maybe they wouldn't do that.
Jane Street maybe. It's difficult to say. Like I think you'd want to have somebody who's not just a crossover fund, like a PE fund meets liquid markets. I think you'd want like a liquid market fund to trade this, because it sounds like he was trading it like we all trade it, right? Like he seems like he had like options on the fucking book, had shorts on. He was trying to like hedge with software stocks. It was like, bro, like it feels like a junior trader who bit off too much than they could chew, right? Like had like an incredible entry and then just like complicated the trade and fucked it up. And yeah, so I think you need someone who's like a professional market maker or professional liquid fund to kind of take that on. So
it feels like whether it was because the selling from 2 days ago was insane. It feels like whether it was Citadel or not, if they had nothing to do with it, that was Leopold getting chased out. That selling from 2 days ago, right? It was like after the hike rumors, it was so aggressive and straight down. It's like we've seen this before in crypto. I haven't traded that many like distressed liquidations, but I remember what was going on in like Luna 3AC FTX, and it was just like straight drills.
Again, almost crypto guys will know how to trade this way better than other guys, because they would have gone through this. This is exactly what happened with 3AC. We had it a little bit after some of the blowups from exchanges or some of the big DeFi protocols. So like we know what happens here, and normally it can form a bottom. My guess, we're talking about forming a bottom. Like these things are still up often, like 4 to 5 times over the last year. So you have to be kind of cognizant that it's not just like, oh my God, this is the most incredible price I've ever seen. That they are still up a lot. But yeah, you look for trades like this. You look for trades like this when the fundamentals and the technicals kind of line up. You know, like I think the memory rallied too much, and then now kind of looks cheap on a forward basis, and was looking, and then you were looking at like what is the technical thing who's still left to be carried out here. And everyone was kind of mentioning Leopold over the last few days and somewhat last week, but
I didn't seem that serious. It was like,
yeah,
but it was kind of, there was a lot of posts about it. Whispers of Leopold situational awareness are in trouble. There was a lot of posts.
I think so I thought it was just Korea, because obviously they all moved from crypto to stocks, and they traded stocks like crypto and all got fucking liquidated. But now it seems like it was obviously him. And I mean, you can buy the Neo Clouds, you could buy Bloom, you could buy a few different things here. I just felt like the memory trade it's kind of gone down the same amount. I think there's more people necessarily interested in it, and it seems like the first derivative of the data center trade rather than the second one, which is like the Neo Clouds actually require the memory to be successful too. So that's the thing I bought. But you could have bought a lot of things this morning. And my guess is we're probably going to bounce another 10, 15, 20% here.
Yeah, like I was going to ask, do you think you're too late for entries here? I mean, DRAM's still, Gavin Baker and the Avengers came out at 52 DRAM to say, like Dan Loeb and all these guys, Bill Ackman, and they're like, good risk to reward. Remember that from like 2 weeks ago? We're lower than that right now.
Exactly. I think there is a recency bias, obviously, to prices, and you're like, it gets, and that's why sometimes these days can be really good, because I do think we'll have another retest. Like we'll probably have another one here where we're down like 5%, and everyone will be like, oh fuck, that was not the bottom. I do think you should be buying when a technical like this happens. I do think you should be buying when a technical like this happens. But I think you get at least one more bite of the cherry here, where everyone questions whether that was really the short-term bottom. But I wouldn't fade that retest. I think the obvious thing to be would be like, oh, we're going right back lower, short it. And you can actually see, if you bring up like Hyperliquid or Velo. I use Velo a lot for futures.
I love
You
Velo.
can see that people have been like actually shorting this. If you look at SK Hynix and Micron, their open interest has gone down today. Open interest went down, even though they're up. Like, so people were shorting it on the way down. And my guess is that if we drop here again, people might short it again, and it will be a good trade.
Wow. This is, you know, I was seeing, I think it was Frank had like a decent counter, which is like, you know, he runs it up 2,000% or whatever, and then first major drawdown 40%, and then he says, you know what, I'm just gonna call it here. Take my, you know, take the couple billions I have and just call it here. But I don't think you can be that glorious and run it up like that, and then you walk away down 40%. There's no way. I've never seen it, at least.
You think he's still got billions? My guess is he's in a bad situation.
Dude, he sold the Anthropic. Okay, you did all these distressed liquidations. I guess not for hedge funds, but for companies. Like how, like what is he doing right now? Who is he calling? What's going on in Leopold's brain?
How much is, so it's difficult to say how much was in the fund, right? Because it was like gaining, it was obviously up a lot, and he was getting inflows at the same time. But if if his prime brokers are brokering a trade to get him out of they must have been on the hook. Like they must have been shit scared, these prime brokers. So I would reckon he got carried out here.
What about this notion that most of the positions are higher than where he entered? Like, can he really be zeroed?
This is the thing. I really feel like he was doing dumb stuff.
Like leverage higher, like.
Yeah, there's the way that it was just described. Like, why the fuck was he short software? Like, that seems to me like somebody who thought they were just, they just, when you see a trader do that and like they do these like weird hedges to try and think that they're going to make money on them, I think he just got himself in some bad risk. So I reckon he's traded this terribly, is my guess.
Wow.
And has nowhere near locked in what the profit that he should have from the situation. That's just my gut with the way the book was described. But yeah, I don't think he's going to walk away from this with billions. Let me put it that way.
How okay, so if you're a trader and you're analyzing the market now, like what is now important?
Expect one more retest here, and I think you should be buying. You look for moments like this in markets. You look for moments like this in markets where not only has half of the Korean population just been liquidated, you have probably the biggest single sector fund in AI getting liquidated too. On some decent stories, you know, like I haven't been buying neoclouds, but they've been an interesting story. I didn't really buy Bloom, but it's an interesting story. Like there is a real reason why you would need these things, and they're not at least with the memory stuff, they're not trading at like crazy forward earnings. At the bottom today, I was looking at SK Hynix and being like, this is trading at like 4 times. Like this is nuts. They missed earnings by 5% on the top line.
Disgusting earnings too.
Well, yeah, they are 5x over the last year. Like the idea that was how much lower is this thing going to go? So yeah, my guess is that the fundamental story is still strong enough that you'll see a bounce. But I do think there's at least one more retest here. But don't fade this rip. I think.
Okay. So knowing how this is playing out, how funny is it that his buddy Dorcash comes out and writes like the craziest AI bull post you've ever seen, and the whole basis of the article is like, I'm gonna try something where I try to write down as much as I can in under 2 hours. Like before market open, I'm gonna just try this thing and see what I can get out like during the pre-market. And it's just like, it was so bullish. Gavin Baker was even like, Jesus, man, this is like a little fucking nuts here. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's interesting. The reason why I say it's a pivotal moment, I think, in the AI trade is that, you know, I've been long Palantir and Eli Lilly, and I closed all of those yesterday when I started getting long memory names. And that's not bullshitting. I literally did that because I felt as though if this shifts back, we're going to see a return to this being the trade. I think I love those names. I think they're going to go higher, but you can see from a sector-wide performance, this feels like now is shifting back to this being the main driver of the AI trade. Like the product the product side of stuff outperformed this whole sell-off. Eli Lilly's basically flat over the last 2 months, as is kind of Palantir, kind of hung out around the same sort of level. But I think people are they're gonna chase this. Like imagine the people that basically got liquidated or got carried out and had to sell at the lows, and you now see this. I think this creates a pretty violent technical.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you. Final. One is from Tulip King, and he wants to know about Eli Lilly.
I just cut it because of this rotation.
He wants to know why you like it though.
Oh, because I like the product side of the AI cycle, like the things that we're actually going to use AI for. So I'm big on the peptide. I think that's always going to be the baseline for Eli Lilly now. But the idea that they have this AI model, which all these other research firms are now giving them data for because it's the best. Like whenever anyone mentions what's AI going to be useful for in our lives, everyone says it's going to cure cancer or it's going to cure all these diseases. Well, Eli Lilly's going to be the one fucking doing it. So I feel like that is, I think it could end up being easily in the top 2 or 3 most valuable companies in the world over the next 10 years. But just as a trader, you look at what's happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Down 50%. And
nice
it's
trade,
flat.
by the way.
This feels like the one to. It's
okay,
not down that.
Give me this, because this is what the whole stream was going to be about, and we got fucking sidetracked from Leopold. Which, by the way, it kind of feels like it came out of nowhere. Like maybe it doesn't, but it kind of feels like it fucking like what the fuck happened fast. Crypto is interesting right now. Not really for prices as much as kind of what you're tweeting. It's what I'm talking about as well. That the group chats are active. There's experimentations. The Uniswap V4 hook thing is interesting. The FWA stuff is interesting. Some of the gotcha stuff is interesting. This DeFi stuff is interesting. Pump revenue is disgusting. Robinhood chain. Like it feels like, I tweeted, it feels like it's August 2023. Instead of Friendtech and Fancy Top, we have Uniswap V4, DeFi. Instead of Blast, we have Robinhood chain. And loads are in on BTC. Like what do you think? Are you actually bullish crypto or are you just fucking around? What do you think? Give me like a thesis.
Obviously I kind of made a big deal about this, me buying back all this Epic, because I felt like this was the time. I felt like suddenly on-chain was happening again, and it may not be the time right now. We haven't seen huge inflows, but it feels as though maybe we're 1 month, 2 months out, because you're right. I think I saw a tweet from you this morning, which is like, people are ready to fucking gamble.
We saw the Mars coin, Binance Alpha, 40 mil in like a second.
It feels like it right now, and I haven't felt like that for a long time on chain. A long time, probably not since a year and a half more. And that people normally go there a little bit early, and we do PvP for a while. Like you can see that when a new coin comes out in Solana, everything's fucking still tanks. But there will be a point, I think, if the inflows pick up and Bitcoin does make a run here to 70K. I'm not even talking about this being the bottom. It just makes a little bit of a run. On-chain will go nuts. It will go nuts because people are ready to throw cash at things and they're ready to gamble. Maybe it's sports season coming to an end. World Cup just ended. We're kind of going into a period where like it's a bit of a dead zone for normal gambling.
Yes, good take.
And then you have obviously everyone, a big bit of the gambling market is from Asia, and they all just got liquidated on stocks. So maybe now they're going to return to crypto, but it feels like people are ready to give crypto another try. And the experimentation stuff, I think, is interesting. Whether you believe in all the different experiments, that's not really the point. There is new.
It's not the point. I agree. It's not the point.
I think there's some which feel they could last for a bit longer. I think Ansem's got a good narrative, which is why I kind of also tied what I've been doing to that somewhat. And I think that the creator coin narrative, there's very, very few of them, like very, very, very few of them that you'd ever really consider. But then I think we're going to see, it may not just be the meme stuff. I still like, there's always going to be infinite supply of this new animal. So that always feels like there's going to be dilution. Like there's going to be a new raccoon this week, right? But
we're good off that.
The other experimentation stuff, look out for. And one thing I always say, Obi's really good at this. OSF is really good at this. He always just buys it. Whether he believes in it, the experiment or not, the first reaction often when you see an experiment on chain is this is bullshit.
What was his Fidenza trade? Is this public?
He sold a Fidenza
and whiff, right?
By whiff when it was early whiff, like 100 million, maybe slightly less, and then ran that up. He made a couple mil.
Like took
I
a
think.
WETH offer on a Fidenza when they were like sick, when they were still like really cool and expensive. And
Yeah, he made 2 or 3 mil, I think, on that. I forget how much he actually sold, but he made a lot of money on that. I didn't actually do the whiff trade. I held my Pepe throughout that period.
You big dad. Let me ask you this on the Bitcoin thing too. One more is like I had been building this idea in my head that like I tweeted this morning that like traders aren't going to stop chasing 20% daily moves just because you can't get it on SanDisk anymore, and then SanDisk's up like 30%. Like I feel like part of my excitement about on-chain was that like the memory thing was in a really bad place and that money was going to rotate elsewhere. Does AI trade leg 2 or whatever leg we want to call this hurt crypto trade, or sort of independent?
I think somewhat. I think some people will decide that this is I'm going to move back to crypto. Like we lost a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, we even felt it on CT. Like we lost a lot of people to just to this trade. And although I think this is the bottom, I don't think you're going to see a top again.
Like the rip back.
Yeah, we're not going to all-time highs again.
Yeah, like in a week or whatever. Yeah.
This is the bottom, and then you can have a consolidation. You can have a really aggressive bounce and then consolidation. I think if you're going to see new all-time highs and things, it feels like it's happening on chain. Like how many things are going to hit new all-time highs? Look at that market and think like where we're going to trade. Feels like Pokemon cards that isn't happening anymore. Feels like we just had that in AI, crypto on chain. Like we're having 5 to 10x trades most days at the moment. They don't last because it's still very, very PvP.
But that's how it starts, is you get them and they got to come first.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
So that's my view.
Nice trade, man. You're the GOAT. We will, we'll do another one soon. Thanks for coming on. Right. Where are you? You're like a conference or something?
I'm in sunny Barcelona right now.
Wow, it looks nice, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
I'll put your bottom ticks. All right, you're the GOAT, bro. Talk soon.
See you, man. Bye.
Nice. Sorry. Oh my God. $45. Yo, if you tell me to buy fucking RoboStrategy one more time while I'm covering the biggest AI hedge fund blow up of all time, I swear to you, I will fucking ban you. I'll make an alt account. I'll ban you on that. I'll make hundreds of alt Twitch accounts that have never streamed and have no viewers, and I'll just ban you in the chat in every single one. I'll make fake accounts just to ban you again, just to feel the button get pressed. I just want to feel it get pressed. I just want to see it banned in the chat. Never had a viewer before. I will never stream from. I'll make fake emails with fake emails on fake emails on fake emails just to ban you from chats that will never get used again, man. Fuck. $45 billion, dude. $45 billion. Don't ban him, though. He's cool for now. He got the memo. $45 billion on July 1st. On July 1st. This is one of our best streams ever, low-key. It's like pretty dark, but it's like maybe good for the... I don't know if it's good for the world. I'm not sure that's the like framing I would use. What's Base saying? Come on, Base. Give me a good tweet. Yeah. Wow. No, it's not good for the world. But the market's up, and you get like a crazy, allegedly irresponsible buyer out of the market. That's good for the market. It's good for the market. Right? Like you get this irresponsible leveraged maniac out completely. This sort of feels like it came out of nowhere to me, really, as well. Like, it's like the coins, the AI coins were down a lot, but they weren't like insane because they were up so much. They didn't really feel that bad. I don't know. It didn't feel that horrific to me. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Just woke up. What did I miss? Dude, I don't even know where to start. Jackson. Leopold Aschenbretter's margin called. He's out of the market. I feel like you should take some credit, TG. You were hinting, guessing that prices were down because Leopold was being carried out. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything, but it felt like it felt like the Leopold stocks were particularly getting destroyed. You know what the confirmation was in hindsight? Is like price action on mags, I think, is like a good thing to look at. Like they were largely, it feels like someone's getting carried out right now, I'm not gonna lie. And it feels like it's fucking Leopold Aschenbrenner. It feels like someone's getting liquidated right now, and it feels like it's Leopold Aschenbrenner. The 4 biggest losers are Leopold stocks. Bloom Energy's down 15%. Look at these charts. Micron 12. Dude, should I quote this with the Epstein ball tingle? Best traders can't even explain.
Really
just had it ready to go.
experienced and successful traders, and you ask them how they know what's going on. They can't.
No! Wait, I gotta do it on my phone. I gotta download it. Ask the handlers real quick if that's cool if I do this. It's approved. Yeah, the response is when they ask why they bought $1 million of Pipe Dog at 100K.
Talk to really experienced and successful traders, and you ask them how they know what's going on. They can't give you an answer. They don't know. They feel it. They can feel the way the market's moving. They can feel the way the stock's moving. Great traders feel it and then act on their feelings. That's the difference. Many people feel it but are afraid because they want a mathematical justification.
Like I said, someone's getting liquidated and it feels like it's Leopold Aschenbrenner. I've been waiting to tweet that for a long time. South Korea is installing cameras on bridges and Seoul to prevent suicides if the Kospi index plunged 40% from all-time highs in just a month. Oh, man. What? Oh, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Thank God. Wait, hold on. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. What a brutal fake headline, huh? Yeah, so now what? What do we do? I don't even know what to do with myself. By the way, that's DoorCash. What the fuck, man? That's DoorCash. Oh my God. That's DoorCash. Wow. God, the markets are so brutal. I think Mando's right. They're going to test you again, but it might be entry time if we get there. I don't, I mean, we're moving. Bloom's 30. Sandisk is, God, Shaw's is up 25%. I sold it this morning. I sold it this morning before I got on stream. I sold Shaw's this morning before I got on stream. Before I got on stream, because I'm like, dude, Leopold hasn't even sold yet. You know how bad it's going to get when he sells? Well, yeah, he's got, I mean, dude, he's got to be sick to his stomach right now. He's 24, man. He's going to be all right. You know, he wrote one of the most important papers ever. He's gonna be fine. Basically, this guy said with billions of dollars. Jesus. Yeah. So now what, man?
This project burns.
Wow, that was a good trade as well. I mean, I had other topics, but they all feel like tiny in size compared to what we just went through together. I mean, I think what's left of the story. Okay, so let's think for a second. The biggest AI bull, but also the biggest seller over the last couple of days is done, completely done. Assets were dissolved by strong hands. So he's completely done. Biggest seller of the last 3 days is completely gone. Now, he also is probably a pretty big buyer on the way up. And also a big source of like FOMO. So there is probably a future not that far away where he raises another fund and runs it back. I would imagine that he raises capital and runs it back. Like, I would imagine he runs it back probably relatively soon. But regardless, the biggest seller is done. And we got a brutal, nasty retrace in the market. And so, yeah, he's out. Citadel doesn't have to sell anytime soon. And so it probably feels like we have, like, if you made it here, which to me feels like standard, I've made it this far, but if you were only in stocks, you were in a rough spot. It feels like it's kind of like green pastures ahead for the most part. I mean, I don't know. Everything's kind of got destroyed. Mag's got destroyed. Crypto's been, you know, why even talk about crypto at the moment? It feels like there's like maybe some green pastures ahead. Like a lot of good things to happen. And the momentum got fully cut. Kospi's down 30, 40, 45%. Like, you kind of got like mass destruction everywhere. It sort of feels like there's green pastures. I'm not going to lie. Dina, wait, let's.
The most important thing today. Again, the hedge fund, very large hedge fund, really that's come out of nowhere over, let's call it, the last year.
Yeah.
Incredible performance. I can now, again, the firm itself is not commenting. Its outside PR spokesman is not commenting, but people familiar with the situation tell me that they have exited all of their public investments at situational awareness, and they've done it through one enormous trade, essentially. Both the longs and the short book, all to one, what has to be a giant hedge fund. I don't know. I have an idea of who it might be, but I'm not going to say because I don't have it confirmed. But it's a very small list, of course, of hedge funds that could take on a portfolio of this size. It was roughly, I'm told, 2/3 of the assets under management at situational awareness were public equities, both that he owned on the long side and that also he was shorting.
The Korean stuff?
Yeah, including all that. Now, private investment's still a significant part of the assets as well, perhaps some $7 to $8 billion in private investments. Situational awareness will go on. But again, my...
Damn. Yeah. So, no. This is his fund. What is this? What am I looking at for Burry? What is this? This is Burry's fund. Wow. That's just like a hard shot, huh? Wow. I mean, he deserves it, Burry. Deserves every victory lap you could ever give him. Deserves it. I don't know what to say. He earned the lap, right? I mean, surely he did. So yeah, I guess the last wall of worry is hikes. September, I suppose, would be our last fear. And the yield spike yesterday. Yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe we could get Nico on actually from Uniswap. Was just about to rug, but if you want to do it right now. Chat, you want to get off stream or should I have someone from Uniswap come on? The Uniswap team to talk. Luke, this is his at. Oh my god, I'm fucking tired. All right, hold on, Luke. Hold on. All right, would love to. Just DM'd. Let me DM. Yo, wanna run this right now? All right, we're gonna have someone from the Uniswap team come on right now and talk about V4 hooks and why they matter. Luke, you're in any desk now. You should be good. And I'm gonna get up. All right, BRB. Cool. Let me see what we got here. You don't have the interview cam. It's different. It's different name. I texted. Wait. Let's get the name right, just so we can give him followers. Oh no. I texted. I typed it in chat. Different name here. Wait, hold on, chat. Let me. I just want to get this guy's name right, so I don't fucking give him some followers. Hold on. Luke, it's this guy right here. Eric Zong. Eric Zong. How much time do you need for this? Give us like 2 seconds, chat. Guy from Eric from Uniswap is gonna come on. We'll talk about V4s and then we'll dip after that. My fault. I switched it on you. I switched it on you. I think it's just gonna be audio, but I don't entirely know. Let me see. 2 minutes. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. What a fucking day, bro. How's onchain? Not bad. Not too shabby. Does Uniswap have Solana support? I don't know. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, whatever, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Damn, pump looks so good. When's Ansem gonna pump, man? Ansem coin looks good. What do you mean? Look at this thing. Just, oh my god, it's 185. Look at this thing. Just fucking coiling, bro. Coiling. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. 2 minutes chat. 2 minutes. YouTube, Twitter, and you want to chat? Twitch TV says threadguy. We're gonna have someone from the Uniswap team come on, explain V4 hooks, and then we're gonna round out the stream today. Wow, this is gonna go so viral, by the way. It's 55K views. All right, Luke, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Luke. XPL, don't say that shit, please. Don't start buying plasma, please, at least for a couple days. You watching Cupsy's interview with Rasmer tonight? Of course, brother. If it's a Rasmer stream, I'm there. This does feel like the most random blow up ever, by the way. Leopold, it's like... It's like, what? How can you look at financial markets and not think it's the greatest game of poker ever? I don't know what... Look, they can see my screen. Be careful. Be careful. Thank you. 2 minutes chat. We're getting the overlay ready. Hold on. Sorry. It takes a minute, man, to get these like things set up. We could do it cheap, like cheap, but I like to do it like... I like to do it the right way. Get them the followers. Do it right. You want to do it right, you know? You want to do it right. Can I get a Coke for my rum? Can I get a Coke for my rum? Dude, I can't believe I'm leaving for a week. How sad is that? Gotta do it, though. It's family shit, man. I'm leaving for a week starting next week. Oh, my God. I'll come back right, though. I got a family vacation. Are you good? Just copy the link for me if you don't mind. Yeah, cool. Copy for me. And then we'll send it. Yeah. Invite. Cool. All right. Thanks, buddy. God, Luke's such a talent. Hey, W Luke in the chat. All right, let's get it. We're good now. We have Eric from the Uniswap team joining us right now. Here you go. W Luke, man. So inspirational. Wait, I lost the no, I didn't. Invite. Copy invite link. So inspirational, Luke. There it is. All right, beautiful. Sorry, took a sec, but I'm in here when you're ready. All right, we have Eric from Uniswap who doesn't have a title in his bio. It just says protocol Uniswap. This is probably our guy. We're gonna have Nico, but he said, "Bring my my coworker on. He's gonna crush it." So let's do it. We'll give him a second to pop in here. And all right, cool. He's here. Let's get it. Let's fucking get it. Yo, let me get you on the cam real quick. Boom. You hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, dude. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. We are live. Yeah, thanks for coming on no notice. I I got distracted with this like Leopold Aschenbrenner situation.
Yeah.
My original plan was going to be to talk about on-chain all day, and I have been just like trading these Uniswap V4 coins, and it's all anyone's talking about. I'm kind of fired up about it. So thank you for joining. Do you want to give like a quick little primer on like what you do at Uniswap, and then we can talk about the tech?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a protocol engineer at Uniswap. I've been there for a few years now. Yeah, working on some really cool stuff. A lot of on-chain work recently. We're doing like, I don't know if you saw, we did a lot of like auctions in the past, with
Okay.
Aztec.
Yeah,
A few of those were like kind of got some mainstream attention. But we're just kind of working on like building out, I think like we can talk about like V4 and V4 is like doing a lot of the liquidity work. But what happens after, you make the LP pool, like there's a lot of stuff around like liquidity locking, compounding fees, LP fees, creator fees, right? Like we're trying to like innovate on all of that.
Okay, word. Okay, can you give me like the easiest, simplest breakdown? Also, like for context, like a ton of traders in the audience. I don't know technical understanding. There's some, right? It's like a Venn diagram. There's some. But give us like the breakdown on what V4 is and then what it enables for on-chain experimentation.
Cool. Also, feel free to like cut me off if like it's trailing on.
I will.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So V4 is basically like Uniswap V3, which is like that concentrated liquidity model that you might be familiar with. Except now we've like added a bunch of points in like the swap flow where you can like inject your own logic or like implementation. So maybe like before in like V3, like you would make a position between like ETH and USDC, and you would essentially know that, okay, like as the price of the pool goes to one side, I'm going to be buying more of that side of the token pair, right?
Yeah.
And in V4, you can like define extra things which govern like when you can swap, what you can swap, what happens to like your LP funds actually, right? Like there's actually like a lot of things that people have done when we first launched V4 that were more around like taking the LP funds that normally would just kind of sit in the pool, and then when they're kind of like not being used, putting them into something like Aave or Morpho, right? Like that's like a very like novel use case that you could not achieve with, Uniswap V3 or V2 or many other AMM protocols.
And what is the hook concept?
Yeah, so the hook is like exactly that. So a hook is like a smart contract, but it's just something that like defines what unique logic you're like injecting into the pool.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is there any like examples you could explain of like what you can do with V4 for like something existing or like a concept that like you've explored that you could do with V4 that like you couldn't do with V3? Like what does it look like in practice?
Yeah, I mean in practice, like something really hot right now in like Robinhood is like the concept of like refraction tokens, right? Like taking like swap fees and like pushing them back to traders in the form of like RWAs.
Yes.
V4 makes that like super easy. So basically what happens is that the hook can define a fee. It can either come out of the LP fee or it can be like an extra fee on top. And that fee can like atomically, like in the same transaction, purchase RWAs and then push them back to traders, right? And so like in a previous version of Uniswap, you would hold the LP position as like an NFT, and then you would have to like do this like really awkward thing of like collecting fees, buying a bunch of different things and then like distributing them, and like whatever. But like V4 hooks allow you to just kind of like inject it in the moment, do it all atomically. It just makes everything more like, I guess like streamlined, I would say.
Are these like Robinhood tokens using Uniswap V4?
Actually, most launchpads that, like we actually just launched a new tab on Uniswap that like aggregates a lot of like launchpads.
I saw like within the hour you launched this, right?
Yeah. So very timely, but all the launchpads that we're featuring on there, I think most of them use Uniswap V4 hooks, right? Like Banker, Clanker, they used V4 hooks like a year ago, when we first launched V4. It was just like the de facto best mechanism to like, define a custom AMM implementation. There's just like no better way to do it, in my opinion. But I'm biased.
Is this possible in Solana? Or like what are the differences to the closest comparable on Sol?
I'm not totally sure. What I would say is like the idea of hooks is definitely not an EVM like patented thing.
Got
So
it.
like, like a Solana AMM could like very easily add the idea of hooks. It's just like we've done the legwork of like getting V4 audited. Like we've like put so much time into it. It took like 2 or 3 years to develop. And so like now that it's out, right? Yeah, like you as a developer on EVM can be sure that like the very sensitive logic around handling swapping, handling liquidity provisioning, that's all safe and secure, right? Because it's been through so many audits. But then you as a developer actually have total free reign over like defining how users interact with the LP pool that you're creating and like the tokens that you're making, right? That's like the power of hooks. Like we've like totally separated those two, and like we let people like Banker and Clanker, to use that example again, right? Like they've like defined an agentic token launching platform, and like they don't have to care about if like one day the underlying AMM logic will kind of break on them, because they don't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah. So like when you were building this, what were you guys envisioning it will be used for the most? Like what was your like sort of North Star at Uniswap?
To be honest, I don't think we quite knew at the time, and because like it's like hard to know when you're building a protocol.
Did you build it to like solve a specific problem? Like you were like, okay, we need to fucking start working on this right now.
To be honest, I think the main problem that we tried to solve was like we wanted to build something where like we didn't have to go through making another AMM so soon. We want to build something like that's like flexible that people can like build on, where like if there was a new feature down the road, we wouldn't have to like sink another 4 to 5 years into making a V5 for Uniswap. Like that's not a good use of our resources at all.
Got it. So where do you like build on top of this, and where do you go from here with the Uniswap roadmap?
So yeah, I think right now we're like really trying to support all of the builders working on V4. I think Robinhood Chain, and Base and like other EVM networks have been doing a lot of innovation. I think the kind of main thing that we're looking at is like one, like drive V4 volume. So every team building on V4, right? How can we like make sure that they stay on Uniswap? And the second one is like, let's like explore the entire breadth of like new experimentation on V4. Because like there's so many things that are possible. We kind of like released a year ago. We saw a lot of activity, and then the bear market kind of like had a lull, right? And now I think with Robinhood, a lot of people are looking back at EVM, and it's really nice that like people are having more attention again.
Are you familiar with the FWA token?
Yeah.
Okay, just because it's like a practical thing that I understand well, is there anything unique that FWA does that it is unlocked because it's using V4, or not in particular?
Definitely. So I'm not totally familiar with it, and to be honest, I wish I was earlier. But I mean, the concept of the gotcha flywheel is like extremely V4 coded. Like some kind of action that runs every time that a swap happens, some like codified mechanism, right? Like that's like perfect for Uniswap V4. And so yeah, I mean, I think with FWA, I think that they're doing really cool things. I definitely had to like look more into the mechanism.
After stream, look at it for me and tell me if there's anything where you're like, oh, this is
All
definitely
right.
like V4, like 100%.
Yeah.
Word. Oh, dude, thanks for like jumping on for a couple minutes. And is there any other like helpful context do you think I should have asked you, or like you should add, or we should look at like once you get off stream?
No, I think people should just keep checking out what teams are building on with V4, like Pawns, Banker, Long is also on V4. Like I think every team that's like hot right now in the Robinhood trenches is like using V4. And I mean, people are kind of saying, oh, like Robinhood's gonna like the metrics are gonna like die down in like a few weeks. But like, I mean, if you guys want to build on V4, like we have a very comprehensive set of docs on Uniswap. You can just like literally point Claude, if you have Fable, just like point Fable at our documentation, and then it'll help you deploy something real quick. And of course, like we're always here to answer any questions. We're trying to be a bit better at like, being more active on Twitter and like kind of like answering questions. So like literally just like shoot me a message if you have anything, or you can tag any of our socials, and we'll try to get back to you.
Sick. Maybe we'll run the Hayden stream at some point in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Eric, you're the man, dude. Thanks for joining on
you,
No Notes. It's great to meet you. Maybe, yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
All right, have a good one, brother.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Peace. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I'm so close. I like that guy. It feels like it's helpful. I feel like I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close. I don't get it though. I don't fully. Fuck. Like I felt like I taught myself it as programmable liquidity, but then I don't really know enough about liquidity pools to like know what you couldn't do before. Did you read the Uniswap docs? What kind of like sometimes I feel like you all ask me questions and it's like, have you ever watched the stream? I read the Uniswap docs. I clawed them. I did claw them. I really, by the way, I like that guy. I definitely like that guy. Lefty trading. What a fucking chat. Uniswap gonna launch a launchpad. All right, let's see. Yeah, just followed him. Respect for taking the time. Hell yeah. Everyone follow him so they feel like super clouded and they're like, oh, get hated on too. All right. You sent me a grok? Dude. Uniswap is the later majors version of the Uniswap DEX. It builds the Uniswap's V3 constant liquidity model. I'm so close. I just can't think about how much of a banger this was. This was such a banger, bro. I really came this. We are some talented ass gamblers, bro. I really came with this shit on the fly, bro. Uniswap will probably pump. I know. Well, I'm long Uniswap, but now I'm like, fuck. I don't even know why I'm long. So I'm long because of V4, but I'm like, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what it means. I don't even know what it means. All right, hold on. Let's go to ChatGPT. Confirm Citadel. Stop! Oh my god! Dude! No! Wow. It was fucking... There it is. Wow. Wow. What if I just did the Epstein clip again? Should I do the Epstein? Just post it again? Wow. Dude. Ken Griffin. So that's what just happened. Leopold goes publicly on July 24th and says, I need cash. Ken Griffin does a deep dive audit and figures out how down bad they are. He realizes, oh my God, it's a fucking lot. And they're pretty close to getting called. Like, they're close. It's not much pain at all. It's like, sell me all your FTT at $22 and fuck off. So then Ken Griffin realizes, oh shit, there's a catalyst. FOMC is in 2 days. It's Warsh's first FOMC where he could really make a decision because he wasn't gonna hike on his first meeting after getting elected. Also, they're done with forward guidance. So there's this new added layer of volatility where for the first time in 5 years, it's actually a debate what they're going to do with rates. And he's new. So they come out and they say, oh my God, we think Kevin Warsh is going to raise rates. The market absolutely panics. It runs through Leopold's liquidations. He's forced to sell everything. Liquidates his Anthropic. He then starts making calls and is like, I need someone to get me out of a hole right now. Someone's got to buy the whole book. They call Citadel. Ken Griffin says, hey, Leopold, sure, I'll buy it. And then we run it back turbo way above his liquidation prices and the market's back. Ken fucking Griffin. GG. Hello, bro. What is your age? What kind of fat ass? I'm 24. GG. The only stream in the world where we could talk about Bitcoin, on-chain, Uniswap V4, Citadel, situational awareness, AI slop, DraftKings on American airline planes, and get all of it right. Yeah. Dwarkesh answered you? Stop. Well, you're a fucking asshole, bro. Stop. Did he actually? Whoa. Don't block me. Don't block me. Please don't block me. Please don't block me. Please don't block me. Okay. I mean, with blog posts that are not even directly about the topics which are instigating the current market changes. I mean, wow. Dorkesh did answer me. I called that guy an asshole. I know. I'm not trying to rage bait him. Like I'm actually not trying to like make humor out of the situation. It's relatively like there's some humor that the market is ripping, so people are like happy. I wasn't trying to rage bait him. I really wasn't. I was right about what happened. I 1 for 2 on the day. I'm a 1 for 2. It's like, bro, if you shoot 1 for 2, 2 for chat spam it 2 for 2. Nah. If you shoot 1 for 2 in your career in the NBA, you're like the greatest 3-point shooter ever. You know, it's like also for Dorkesh to say I can't influence a multi-trillion-dollar asset class is so ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is like such a ridiculous assumption to say that. Are you out of your mind? That is like acid. That is like so. Look. I understand. I understand that they're going through it right now. So there is more money on the line than there is way more money on the line than I've ever seen in my life. So I am not here to victory lap grave dance on someone's dead body. That's how you get karmic retributions. Okay. So I'm not doing this out of like humor. Okay. But for the face of AI media who's interviewed, I mean, look at his lineup. I mean, he's interviewed Popular. He's interviewed everybody. He's interviewed Elon. He interviewed Elon. He interviewed Karpathy, Ilya. He interviewed everybody, bro. Dario, multiple Darios, Jensen, Mark Zuckerberg. It's like, bro, to think that Leopold, of course, he did the de facto Leopold interview from 2 years ago. How much capital directly moved from the Leopold interview 2 years ago? right? It's like to think that you don't have massive influence over this market is just absurd. That is absurd to think that. But yeah. I mean, here's my post. This is, wait, let's see.
Talking to somebody who woke up a loser. And that,
by the way, he did a crazy gent interview. I mean, let's it wouldn't load on the chart last time, so let's load it on the chart. I can't believe you replied to me. Not that I don't have motion, but just like, fuck you. Call me a CT mosquito. Let me look at this real quick. It's like, I mean, it's 24 hours old. He wrote the most bullish blog post I've ever read in my life, and then Leopold gets margin called the next morning. It's like 24 hours later. It's sort of undeniable that, or very bizarre timing in the lease. Here it is. I mean, look. Remove 3 drawings. Look at where he post this. It's like bottom tick, bro. And then the market rips. He posted bottom tick. Come on, dog. I'm not even a bad guy. I'm just right about this. I'm just right. With no context, I'm right. I'm just right about it. Bro, he's the bottom tick. He posted this shit at the bottom fucking tick, and you're going to tell me that I'm an asshole? Look at this. Bottom tick, and then every chart runs. Look at this shit. Soxo runs 20% over the next 2 hours after the post. And you're going to tell me, come on, bro. Goldman involved. Millennium had a bid. Damn, the Sharks fucking came out. They came out to play, bro. Sounds about right. What's the flood? If I was a really sharp, unnamed trading firm, momentum trading becomes increasingly profitable and a large percentage of gross book. These names are extremely illiquid, and liquidating your holdings would kill the market. Seed fund that is extremely concentrated in single names. LP into said fund, knowing the size of the raise and foreseeable market impact in single name equities as well as risk limits. Unwind a liquid single name momentum book into fresh new buying. When the market starts to nuke, you know exactly where said fund will begin getting liquidated. Scoop a tire book in one block transaction and buy back the name you sold into funds top lasting. Just saying. Wow. Dude, stop shilling this garbage in the chat, please. GG. There it is. Citadel. Thanks for playing. Ken Griffin, the GOAT. Oh, what's the market doing now in that news? Does it like it? Does it not care? Pump Fun is bullish on Citadel Ack. Thanks for banning him. The guy was really annoying me. Where are we? 5 minutes. Now you can accept delivery. Let's go. Wow. I'm really not trying to like victory lap Leopold blowing up, by the way. But play the clip again. Fine. I'll play it one more time. It feels like someone's getting carried out right now. I'm not going to lie. And it feels like it's fucking Leopold Aschenbrenner. It feels like someone's getting liquidated right now, and it feels like it's Leopold Aschenbrenner. The 4 biggest losers are Leopold stocks. Bloom Energy's down 15%. Look at these charts. Micron 12. Delete everything. Wow. It feels like someone's getting... I don't know, man. That's about the extent that I can cover this situation. It kind of gets out of my... After this, it sort of goes out of my hands. You know? It's like, I've reached like the extent of my intellectual... Once DoorCash starts applying, I'm sort of out of... I'm out. I feel bad. It's a little grim. I feel bad. I feel a little bad. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not the one who fucking made the trades. I just called it. This was nuts. This live was crazy, by the way. 2 days ago, this was crazy. Good luck, Ansem. This was gonna do some numbers, I think. Thread comms real quick. I want to quote Leopold with this. Thread saying, should I reply to DoorCash? I feel like I should reply to DoorCash. Like I said, DoorCash claiming quote his reply. All right, send it. Tweet the clip and I'll save it. Tweet it from Counterparty and I'll reply. Fuck it, let's reply. My wife started even watching. Yeah, delete the "Are you out of your fucking mind" quote for me. I would appreciate that. Let's be all right, let me save it. Edit the clip and then I'll post it. Edit the clip, get that me calling him a fucking lunatic out. And then answer good looks on a retweet, bro. 250 viewers on Twitch, you leveling up. Yeah, we're gonna be huge. Leopold will reemerge, by the way. Leopold will reemerge. It's just a matter of when and how. Malcolm, give your thoughts on the clip. I just want to be careful because DoorCash is like kind of a fucking big guy here. Of course, I don't want to rush it. I'm his only reply, by the way. He hasn't replied to a single thing since this whole thing happened except my tweet. I'm the only thing he's replied to. Also, I don't want to like reply with a clip caption that says threadguy says from threadguy's account. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, this is nuts. I'm the only thing he's replied to. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll reply to him in a little bit. Boom Energy 25. Yeah, let it sit for a second. He's probably hate watching the stream right now. I've watched all of his pods. I've watched every one of his pods. That's not true. But I've watched a lot of them. Ken Griffin is him. Yeah, Ken Griffin is that guy, bro. Ken Griffin is that guy. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to cancel my flight because I love you guys, and I'm going to stream tomorrow. Are you familiar with Phantom? We love Phantom. Stream powered by Phantom, sign in the background. I'm going to stream tomorrow because I love you, and these are just crazy times. And then I'm going to be gone. And I'm going to be gone for a week. And when I come back, terrible time for vacation. There's no such thing as a good time for vacation when you fucking predict the future for a career. And I'm going to be gone for a week. I'll be active in the pit. And when I come back, it's going to be up. So, I'm out. If you're new here, this is what we do every day. We go from Jimothy, the retarded raccoon, to treasury yields, to hedge funds, to AI stocks. If someone's getting rich, we're covering it and we're fucking doing it. Okay? I'll be back tomorrow every morning, 8:30 a.m. EST. 2 for fucking 2, by the way. 2 for 2, man. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. All right? I'm out. I love you. I appreciate it. I will catch you when I catch you. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your day. I love you, motherfuckers. Peace.